Salvation, on the edge of the gray. Sharn, city of towers. And the link between them? The King's Citadel. The ones who do the job no one else can do. Eberron, the shield. A star-forged Aegis who's lived a long time, who's seen peace and war, and will do whatever it takes to keep the first from falling into the second. Merime, the sword. A Kalashtar bard whose dreams prophesy uncertain ends, but the wisdom of whose counsel and love for her sister are unquestionable. Tantin, the brain. A dragon-marked human artificer whose jovial demeanor conceals deep curiosity and razor-sharp intellect, sharp enough to cut down the Citadel's enemies. Nisiana, the heart. A dragon-marked halfling healer whose love for her sister is matched only by her desire to help and heal the members of the Citadel, no matter the cost. These 4 elite operatives came together to aid the salvage outpost of Salvation, where the Grey hovers nearby, a threat and a promise. There they found an artifact so powerful it could undo the fragile peace between nations, the Oracle of War, which gives anyone who owns it the knowledge they need to win any battle, and which, in speaking lines from the ancient draconic prophecy, could predict all of Eberron's future. They traveled to Sharn, city of towers, where experts like the Gynosphinx Flamewind began to unravel the Oracle's mysteries as the King's Citadel thwarted assassination attempts from the Emerald Claw and the nation of Thrain, tracked down the daring thief Sky Blue, and defeated the salvage broker and claw operative Erulin Karnak. Apparently. But there can be no rest while the dogs of war howl, and despite the Citadel's best efforts, Thrain and Brayland have inched ever closer to all-out conflict, just as the Oracle predicted. Now the adventurers must return to Salvation to find the secrets of the Oracle of War before it's too late. But how have things changed since they left? And will those who've sworn to die before they give up their freedom, the servants of the enigmatic Lord of Blades, threaten Salvation's uneasy peace? They've survived the Grey, saved Salvation, and navigated the intrigue and deception of Sharn. But can they stop a war? Only if they remember that in the end, all they have is each other, and the King's Citadel. Long live the King. Welcome to Eberron. Welcome to Corvair. Welcome back to Salvation. The lovely intro music for and video of Eberron Oracle of War. Welcome, everybody. I hope everyone is doing well. It is good to see you all today. Welcome, Arvanauts, to a Saturday night stream. It is February 25th, the final Saturday in February of 2023. It's 8:30 p.m., and it is my great pleasure to welcome you all to Season 3 of Infinity and Beyond. It is Day 32 of Infinity and Beyond, Eberron Oracle of War. This is Season 3 of Oracle of War, called The Dogs of War, and this is Part 3 of Parliament of Gears, which is Part 8 of the overall campaign. Very exciting to have you folks with us. I hope you are enjoying this as much as we are. And that you are ready for some exciting moments in the morning and in the gray and all that kind of good stuff. That would be lovely. But it's good to see everybody here. Before we go any further, just a couple of reminders about ways to support the channel. If you haven't done so already, please follow the channel. Please check out our YouTube at !ArvTube. Discord is !ArvCord. Twitter is !ArvTweets. Website arvanelleron.com. Financially, !ArvShop for the merchandise area. That is under construction, so please excuse the mess. We will have that up and running in the next couple of months with new stuff and new material. !ArvTreon is the Patreon, sitting now at 20 patrons, 203 per month. That is back up to over 200, which is wonderful, but we're trying to continue to push that north so we can do things like commission those amazing videos and overlays and things like that you've just seen, so please consider doing that. Also good to see Triffid, and of course Emily, and of course Drew, and of course Waymond Wolf, and of course Iculus, and everybody. It's good to see all the folks who are here. Welcome, welcome. And Dragon Spear that I saw earlier, thank you all. Good to see you all. So yes, you can do those things for the Patreon and for the shop, ! Arvtreon. If you have not already done so, please consider as well subscribing to the channel. I saw a couple of people who jumped on board to sub to the channel, and that's wonderful because that gives you those custom sub badges and emotes that you can use everywhere across Twitch, like what you just saw from Waymond Wolf and Mrs. Dunsel. Also, hi, Mrs. Dunsel. And if you have not already done so, can I please ask everyone to check out ! Klein, Klein. That is for our live Dungeons & Dragons event, which is going to be happening on Thursday, May 25th at 6 p.m. Eastern at the Klein Memorial Auditorium in Bridgeport, Connecticut. We will have a live Dungeons & Dragons event in front of the audience, both in person and also online. It's $5 to get tickets for this event. It's going to be a 3-hour, a little bit over actually, 3-hour event. It is all to kick off ArvCon 2023, which is of course to benefit the Damon Runyon Cancer Research Foundation, but it's also the first time that historic facility has ever hosted a live role-playing event on stage. I am honored to be the one getting a chance to Dungeon Master for that, especially when you see the players that are going to be part of this, and I'm going to be announcing those players in the next couple of weeks. It's going to be pretty awesome, so you will not want to miss it. Again, that is $5 tickets. They are on sale now, and you can get tickets in person if you're able to make it to Bridgeport, Connecticut. We'd love to see you. Otherwise, you can also get $5 tickets for the online live stream, and that's cool as well. And that will benefit, of course, the Klein Memorial Auditorium, which is a nonprofit that does a lot of great work for the surrounding community in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and surrounding towns. And, of course, again, Damon Runyon. So these are all good things. And I would love to have all of you able to be a part of it if you can. So tickets are on sale right now. Please spread the word and check them out yourselves. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. As always, of course, the publishing side of things, ! Icarus is my award-winning graphic novel from Athos Arts. ! Library is Tales and Tomes from the Forbidden Library. That is my 5e adventure and sourcebook from Alligator Alley Entertainment. And I should mention that Night at the Forbidden Library, the first adventure in that series, is going to be the one we're going to be doing at the Klein event on May 25th. So you'll get a chance to see that in person, or in action, I guess is the way I should describe that. And then ! Greyshade. My Greyshade novel came out last year from Athos Arts. ! Greyshade will get you a way to order that, and it will also allow you to pre-order Renegade, the sequel to Greyshade, which is coming out later this year. Heretic, which is coming out next year. That will conclude the Grey Assassin trilogy. Also later this year, the audiobook from Tren Sparks. I was just talking to Tren about that, of Greyshade. And, of course, the amazing tabletop role-playing game from Brandon O'Brien. You won't want to miss any of those things. Yeah, I still need to fix that Greyshade command. I have not had a chance to do that yet. In fact, I'm going to put another note, Greyshade command. I just put a note to myself to do that. So, yes, we will do that. Sorry. In the meantime, I forgot about that. It's still borked. But Renegade will allow you to pre-order it. That's the same place. If you go there, basically, that'll bring you to the same spot. So, ! Renegade. So that's the deal with that. And I think that's all I need to mention on the publishing side. Last but certainly not least, ! BLM, Black Lives Matter. Important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. ! Help Now, the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Very important to, if you have not already done so, very important to reach out to others if you need help, and reach out to others if they need help as well. And, of course, ! Ukraine, Ukraine, to help the fine people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war. Very important to be able to send a message that we will do that not only in this case, but also in other cases that are similar as these people fight for their autonomy and their agency. And this is a way for us to support them in that effort. Quick note on scheduling. We will be off tomorrow and Monday, but we will be back on Tuesday, where we will be playing the Patreon Field Chat Chosen Game of the Month. That is Detective Gallo. And then wrapping up the month of February over on GOG.com with Pen and Pixels. and with D&D with GOG Ghosts of Saltmarsh, and that will be wrapping up February. And March is going to be amazing, y'all. It's going to be a lot of great stuff happening in March. I don't have any conferences I'm going to in March as opposed to 2 conferences I had in February, so it's going to be pretty sweet. I am very excited to be able to share that with all of you. But right now I'm excited to be able to share the amazing crew of Infinity and Beyond. And so I'm going to unmute myself and apologize for interrupting whoever I might have interrupted. I'm so sorry about that. I can't hear you, but now I can.
That would be Brandon you interrupted.
Okay, great. That's good to know. And then
Greg interrupts me all the time. I can deal with it.
Wow. What? What are you talking about? Oh man, that makes
this
me feel
is how
sad.
it's gonna go.
It makes me feel sad. I don't interrupt. I don't mean to do that. I'm going to head over to reveal the incredible crew of, as you can see, almost all of us, not entirely all of us.
Where? Sorry.
But most of us. We are not here with Marie today, although that will be explained as we go through the explanations of things. And Marie's fine, by the way, and we'll be back next time, but we will explain why she's not here today. But otherwise, this amazing crew is with us, and I am excited to have them here. And so I'm going to start. I interrupt the voices in your head nonstop. Maybe that's a good thing. Well, people talk when I'm interrupting. There you go. See, that's the key. But it is my great pleasure to have this crew with me. And I will start with the gentleman on the bottom left of the ziggurat. And that, of course, is one Tren Sparks, who is doing the audiobook stuff. Hello. How's life in the universe with you, Tren? What's going on with you? And who are you playing in our soiree this evening?
I don't think I signed up for a soiree. Second, I actually, while you were doing your intro, I kind of fell asleep while I was sitting here, so kind of tired. It's gonna be a fun thing. Aside from that, yeah, it's the normal situation with everything, really. Who am I playing? I'm playing, apparently, Tanton the Brain.
Yeah, the Brain. That is right. Tanton, that's right. Mia Tanton to Kenneth, and the Brain, and of course, and also, actually, I should have checked on this, and you were joined this time in the gray by Spanner, are you not?
Yes.
Is Spanner not with you? So we've got Spanner there. So Spanner is.
I put him back together on the train ride.
Right. That's right. So
because when I enchanted Merime's blade, the bag of holding exploded, and so with no way to carry his parts around, I just decided to put him back together again.
Right. I hope that as you were doing that, by the way, you were making as you were putting him back together. I hope.
No. See,
I hope that
what
happened.
you have to do is you have to make that sound like. Wait, that's only part of it.
Yeah.
The second part of it is that you have to roll your R's.
God
so
damn
it's a combination.
I can't do that.
It's this and this at the same time. That's how you do it.
God damn it! I should not speak to professional voice actors about anything. Clearly, it's just going to make me feel bad. I can't do that. All right.
Greg will never know the pleasure.
That's right. I know. And
it's very difficult to do because a lot of times if you can't roll your R's, you just kind of gargle your G's. It's an easy way to get around it. But
I can do anything mine though.
But I've got it right over there. Actually, the disc is in the optical drive right now, but It's not plugged. Anyway, Jariba. Love that character. He was so good. But yes, Mia Tanton, Tagashaw to Kenneth, the mark of making human with his, as she would say, bestest good boy Spanner.
Awesome. And I'm excited to see both of them. And they're going to get work right off, actually, because we're, as we're about to find out in the middle of this, beginning of this session today. Always a pleasure to have turn to this. So we do not have Marie with us, who's next up on the ziggurat. Do we want to, Jen, were you going to read out the thing that Marie wanted to say?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
Marie first has given permission for Mary-May to be Jaegered. She's also specifically said that she would like to vote to save the Warforged in case they have information. And now she would like everybody to do a little dance because she is not here because she has learned that concussions are cumulative.
Yes, they are.
And surprisingly, this most recent concussion isn't her first, and she got it while she was dancing. And she whacked herself near where she had fractured her skull before, and note to self, avoid head injuries for the rest of my life. She is super sorry she is going to miss tonight. Eberron is always so wonderful for her soul, but this too shall pass. She is sending her hugs and loves and many stabs. So that is the message that Marie.
That's good stuff. And yes, dancing can be dangerous. When she's like, and
For
so she'd
her,
like everyone to
apparently.
dance, I was just like, so we also can get concussion? How you know?
Right.
But yes, and this is also why Marie was not with us during our Court of Blades session last night either. So, but Marie is feeling better, and you know but she's in to use the football analogy. She's in concussion protocol. Okay, and it's very important.
Football or football?
Football.
Thank you.
So
You mean hand egg?
Yeah, hand egg.
Or as the furries say, paw egg.
Paw egg.
Right.
But much love to Marie. She will be back with us next month. But so
Can I stop
Marie,
dancing now?
Yes.
I don't know.
Okay.
I think you should continue that actually for just
No,
the
it's
If
fine.
you
entire
are doing
session.
it, keep dancing.
You won't fall
Mermaid.
asleep unless you just like.
That's
"Never
the
gonna
problem. I'm
dance
starting to get
again,
really
not
relaxed.
to
I'm like,
Incidentally, my daughter.
I mean, we have just confirmed that dancing is a risk, so maybe
Right,
don't-
right, exactly. Yeah, you keel over and get a concussion. We're in big trouble.
Hey, I've had one, so why not? You know.
I have to say, last night, my daughter went to her first high school dance. I talked about this last night. She was looking very dapper. If you look at my Twitter feed, you'll note that I posted the picture of her just before she went with a new haircut with bangs and this awesome green vest and the whole bit. Anyway, she had a great time. But she had asked they allowed the kids to request some songs. And so she had asked for
Safety dance.
No, although that would have been promising.
Good. Yeah.
Cotton Eye Joe.
Nice.
And Mr. Jones. Now, explain to me how this school is part of a theater program that she attends. Explain to me how a theater program does not have Mr. Jones like on loop. I literally, Mr. Jones was like the anthem we used when I was doing drama in college. Mr. Jones that's where it's at, and they didn't have that. So they did play Cotton Eye Joe at an incredible volume, but did not play Mr. Jones. So
Maybe they think it's supposed to be Mr. Jones and I.
Mr. Jones and I. Yes, that's true.
I actually don't know the song, so I don't know what that says about
I'm
the
stunned. Well,
conversation.
I mean,
Wow,
she's your daughter,
Crows.
so there you go.
Yeah, exactly. No, she at previous parties has requested "Won't Get Fooled Again." So I've done my job here, John. Is what I'm saying.
That's
Yes.
the George Bush song, right?
Yes, you have,
Will you
dude.
stop?
I'm impressed. That's
Anyway,
awesome.
just made me think about that with the dance. But it's again, be careful when you dance, chat, and you should continue to dance, but dance like you don't want to get a concussion. Okay, that's what I think is important. Moving right down to the next stage of the ziggurat, it is the awesome Brandon O'Brien, and we're gonna introduce something, but I'm gonna let Brandon introduce it. So, Brandon, how are you? It's good to see you. How are you, my friend? How's life in the universe and all that? And who are you playing? He said.
Hello, everybody. It is me again. I was here literally last night. I am very tired. I am very excited to do the thing with you all. I've been very much looking forward to a thing that we will reveal just now. This month has actually kind of been kicking my butt, and the only thing that has been giving me any joy in the last few days is playing a lot of things. So yeah, I'm very excited to join this crew once again as Rowan Shallow. I'm pretty sure you all still have no idea what class I am, so I'm not gonna say anything yet. But you can see what I look like now.
Ready?
I'm very disappointed that we're not in the trailer yet, but the image exists. Greg, would you like to show them a thing?
Yes, I will. Totally my fault. By the way, that's not in the trailer, but it will be in March. And kapow! All right, we're gonna reduce that just a little bit so you can see it. There you go. That is Rowan Shallow, everybody. Rowan Shallow. And this art, by the way, is done by the incredible Hannah, otherwise known as @Spectrum Stun Gun, who has done all the character art for the rest of this crew and has also done the character art for the D&D with GOG folks also. It is just, and is going to be doing the character art for my expedition stuff as well. Hannah's really awesome. So if you're looking, now can you say do you want chat to guess what the inspiration is, Brandon, or do you want to say what?
I thought he already said.
He did.
So
you may
I have
already
already said that the inspiration is very obviously Sammy Davis Jr.
Okay.
If that doesn't look, if you can't tell by looking at it, That's definitely me invoking Sammy Davis Jr.
C3PO Davis Jr. says true.
Nice.
That's it, yeah.
I love all of this. Like, I love that, like, Hannah kind of got where I was going very, very immediately.
Yeah.
To the point where, you'll have to make the image a great deal bigger for folks to see this. But there are speckles of, like, pearl in my arm that I, like, hadn't even thought that was a thing that she was actually going to focus on, and then she just came back to me and was like, "Do you want to add this to the thing?" It's like,
Oh,
this would
very
look
nice.
rad.
There it is. You can
So
see the
yes,
sparkles
I love
of
it
pearl.
very, very much.
I love that.
She's fantastic.
Yeah, she really is. And the video, again, the video that Brandon showed the both of us, which I had never seen, which is of Sammy Davis Jr. on some like talent show or talk show or something, doing this whole thing with these guns. And like it's oh man, it's just a reminder of like how much incredible talent Sammy Davis Jr. had. Like I knew that, but it's just seeing that I was like, man, he was really awesome. Like so this is super cool. And I honestly don't know that I've ever seen a character inspired by Sammy Davis Jr. in an actual play or something like that. I think it's awesome, but I don't think I've ever seen it. So I'm excited. I feel like I'm hoping we're breaking completely new ground and that you're doing that. But so this is great. And now you know what Rowan looks like. You still don't know what his class is, but you will soon. You will soon.
I think it was yesterday. Somebody, it might have been the day before. They sent out a tweet of Richard Pryor singing.
Yeah.
I had no idea that dude could sing. It's one of my favorite comedians of all time.
Yep.
And
Forgotten how to breathe.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
If there's anything you need to know this February in particular, this Black History Month, please remember all of the cool Black people that you've ever seen anywhere in the world are cooler than you think they are.
Yep.
Yes, they are.
Amen. Amen. So
and with regard to I would definitely do him. Okay, so I'm done now. You can go ahead.
okay.
I don't blame you.
I mean, having said that, now that we know, I'm not going to put that under poor Marimay Hawksmoor. Everyone's going to be really confused. Why is Marimay now Sammy Davis Jr.? That's not the case. So now we know what Rowan looks like. So you were playing Rowan Shallow. Anything else you want to mention, Brandon, about stuff in the world and you?
Oh yes. A reminder to all of the lovely people here that I am part of the Grey Shade team. I am going to be working with Greg to make the wonderful Grey Shade RPG. I am, admittedly, again, February has been kicking my butt, so I'm kind of slacking in that regard. But the things that we have presently spoken about and all of the notes that we have presently taken are really, really cool. I'm very excited for you to get to see what some of those things look like as I start putting words on paper very slowly. But yeah, please, if you haven't already supported the Grey Assassin trilogy, please do that. I would like to ask you all very, very much. I've actually been thinking about the book, about the first book, Grey Shade, very, very much over the last couple of days. I would ask very much, if you have read Grey Shade and really enjoy it, please share it with one of your friends who has not read it yet. I think that they would actually find it really, really remarkable, not only as a work of fantasy, but as a wonderful character story about faith and the ways in which we restore our own faith. Please just share the thing with somebody that you think. I'm trying.
Nobody's taking it.
Well, you don't see us reaching at the screen, Trent, right now.
That's what the PDF is for. But yes, I think I've been thinking about it a lot lately. I'm very slowly working my way into Renegade right now because I have a lot of feelings. So please share the thing with lovely people so they can also experience all of the feelings that I have about this book.
Thank you, Brandon. Quickly, I will say that we were with friends today that one of whom had bought, I didn't know this, but had bought and read Grey Shade and was just like, he's like, I don't really read fantasy usually. I really enjoyed this a lot. Like, the characters are awesome. The plot was really cool. The themes were, like, when is the sequel coming out? I'm like, funny you should mention that. So there was that. But the second thing is, since Brandon was so kind to me just then, I'm also going to tell you that I don't think Brandon mentioned this, but you should buy, because we were talking about this last night, his poetry collection, Can You Sign My Tentacle, which is award-winning and awesome. And Primi, Mohammed, and I were in agreement that this book is real. I've said many times that my favorite kind of poetry is one that surprises while being at the same time exactly as it should be. And I can only explain that as it surprises, and then when you think back, you go, but of course it had to be this way. It takes a special kind of talent to do something in that regard. My favorite poets do that. This work is awesome, and I am super excited that Brandon's been getting so much notice for it. But you too should buy this book and tell your friends and buy both of them. You can buy Gray Shade and read it, and then you can read right afterwards Can You Sign My Tentacle? Or you can, alternate and get a very odd experience of reading one chapter of Gray Shade and one poem. I don't know what that does, but it'll be there. But you totally should do that. Brandon's work is good. Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate those kind words. Can't wait to see what Brandon has to say. Moving right on to Jen. Jennifer Brozek, who was with us and is ready to go. And we were talking about in the green room about far northwestern portions of Washington State. You don't need to know why that is, chat. We were just things we were discussing in the green room, things you can consider. How are you, Jen? How's life in the universe with you, and who are you playing today?
Life is good. I had a very busy day, so I'm a little bit brain foggy. I'm apparently supposed to get more snow tonight, but it doesn't look like, I don't know. It's been cold.
Yeah.
I've gotten a number of projects done, and I've got a number of projects on my plate. One of them, which is kind of confusing, but we'll work it out. And then I am playing Nisiana Di Jarasco, the halfling healer from the House of Healing. And I've got a bunch of notes on things that I'm going to try first that I haven't yet tried as a healer that I'm looking forward to.
I'm excited. Although every time that happens and Jen says that, Nisiana comes out with like, I heal everybody for 100 billion hit points. It's like you really? Like, well, I haven't tried this one yet, but that's okay. That is exactly why the adventurers are getting into the, oh, damn, they're not joking around levels now. And that's good because the monsters they battle and so on will also be in that category. So I am excited to see how Nisiana manages with the new challenges to the party and so on. With that said, thank you, Jen. Always a pleasure. And last but certainly not least, one Mr. John Helfers, who is at the bottom right of the ziggurat there. And that is John right there, who, like Aaron Rodgers, spent some time last few days in complete darkness, just to kind of get a sense of what he wanted to do next, and has emerged and decided that he will stay in the darkness by doing lots of stuff with Shadowrun. So that's how that's all going to work.
Exactly.
I'm sure it fit exactly that way. How are you,
Actually,
John?
we got a lot of snow this past week, so it's been pretty cold over here.
I see.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, John, before you go on, I'm going to read this because that seems, Aruno says, a conservative aunt. I remember you mentioned that she had bought that. She said, small government GOP from years ago. Book is very poignant as fanaticism and fascism overtakes their own political party. Left unsure of who to turn to, who to vote for, or anything. The book is good at pointing out problems without vilifying people. That's a rare thing in print right now. Wow. I actually, that's a really cool review because it's coming from someone I wouldn't necessarily expect would, but that's great. That's great. I'm glad. And small government GOP is a group that, though I may not agree, I can respect. Large, whatever the hell this is that we have now, obviously not. But I'm grateful that she did that, and please thank her for me, Arudno. I'm grateful for that. Okay, John, how is life with you in the universe besides being cold with snow? And who are you playing in our adventure today?
Life is good overall. So we are gearing up next month. Very exciting. I think we have a session before then, or two if we can squeeze them in. Mm-hmm. Catalyst. For those who don't know, and I think everyone here does, but I'll say it anyways. I am the executive editor for Catalyst Game Labs, which handles.
What?
I know, shocking, right? I've been fooling you all this time, Trent. By the way, where's my next book? Anyways, come here. We're gearing up to launch the next BattleTech Kickstarter live at Adepticon in Chicago, in Schaumburg, Illinois, north of Chicago. Should be very exciting. We've done a lot of prep for it. If people have been following our various updates on our BattleTech page, our website, then you guys will have a kind of an inkling of what we've been doing. Stop that. Stop it. Stop.
No.
My cat wants to eat a plant, but it's way too far away for her. Anyways, so there's been a lot of prep for that. I've also been putting things out, friends recording stuff for me. Arv, did you share the last time I got back to you?
I did. I am recording a book for Shadowrun as well.
Yes.
I am about absolutely. A third, almost half of the way through it. So.
Sweet. Okay, great.
Yep.
So yes, we'll have Arv's voice talents as well. So, let's see. Jen is writing. Actually, Jen and I are writing something together right now, and the ball is
Something
swung back to
utterly
my court.
ridiculous.
Yes, hopefully. But yet still a Shadowrun story. So that should be very interesting.
Yes.
And I have a story from Marie that I need to read for Shadowrun. So, and at some point, Brandon's going to write for us as well for Shadowrun.
Brandon's the only one here.
Rope him in. Well, we've already
considering
discussed what we want him to do, but we've got to get the certain project launched, which I can't talk about at this moment. But hopefully that'll be moving forward.
Launches, everybody's going to want to know about it.
Right. But right now, it's
I'm very excited to at some point join the Shadowrun family. But again, February has been kicking my butt.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, there's the other actually. Brandon and I have to talk briefly about the other project he's supposed to get me a story pitch for. That one I do need to get from him. So.
Yes. Also, I'm sorry.
Another boot to the posterior, sir. I'm sorry, but it had to be done. Anyways, I am playing Eberron, the Warforged, Starforged Aegis, which that does actually make sense in game. I'm playing a specialty class of the Warforged that Arv and I found online, which is great, and I crossed that with a kind of a living armor warrior class, which I'm having a blast playing across the board. It's been very fun with this party, and that's enough about me. Let's get started.
Let's do it. I'm excited to have this crew with me, and let us talk a little bit about what happened in our last session as I fire up the music for this. In our last session, if I can find where my music, there we go. In our last session, the King Citadel has made its way back into the gray. Perhaps not the place they would necessarily choose to go, but needs must. And they have been sent back into the gray because there are a number of things happening at once. First of all, armies are gathering on the borders of the nations that were involved in the last war, because there is apparently behind the scenes agitation for such a war perhaps to occur. And as a consequence, since the people of Braylon do not want to get stuck, sort of undefended, they have decided to do what is necessary to protect themselves. And so the Citadel of Argonth, the flagship basically of the Braylish Air Force, has been sent to Salvation, to right outside Salvation, actually, to a place where they hope they will be able to provide some deterrent to any that might actually try to attack Salvation and thus invade Brayland from that direction. And that's actually been directed under several places, but the person that has sent them off in particular is Captain Ironic, Elaine Ironic, who I might actually have a name, I might have a picture for. Do I? Not on this one. Let's head over to the maps one and see if I have one over there. I don't seem to have that person there. Okay, I'll try to get that later on. Anyway, whoops. Let me go back to where you can actually see me. This Captain Ironic has asked the characters, first of all, let them know that there are renegade warforged bands that have been roaming the Badlands and specifically the Mournland, the Grey, and taking captives from various border villages and towns, probably being directed, at least in part, by the Lord of Blades, a warforged leader who is very mysterious, but almost certainly now, even though people doubted this in the past, clearly does exist and has been directing its forces to engage in this kind of more than mischief, but actually these raids. It's unclear as to why, but of course the party has had a run-in with them before. It was there where at the in the bazaar, the Fireweave Bazaar, where they actually found the Oracle of War and took it out from under the nose of the said Lord of Blades Warforged troops. And so they've had some run-ins at least with its minions, if not the details beyond that. The party, being aware of this, they have been tapped, the King's Citadel, to try to rescue some of the captives, or all of them if they can, from these Warforged raiders, because nobody knows the Mournland around Salvation better than the characters do. They have come highly recommended. And Captain Ironic gave what they called a direction box, what he called a direction box, which is a small wooden box with a compass dial, to Tanton, who, using that box, is able to kind of hone in on where the last known positions were of one of the Warforged raiders, placed there by Big Bara, this sort of high-level elite military scout head of Bara's breakers. And so, using this, the party, King Citadel, went into the Grey and managed to track themselves, they thought, almost all the way there, until they ran into something exceedingly odd. Now, there's always odd things, of course, going on in the Grey, but in this particular one was something that none of the party had ever seen before. And by the way, I should mention before I go further, 4 of these folks, of course, are current members of the King's Citadel. Rowan, at the moment, Rowan Shallow, is not a member of the King's Citadel, although because of coming highly recommended from certain people that know Rowan, and also from others who think that they can use all the help they can get, none other than Hilar Broussal, the leader of the King's Citadel in Salvation, has asked Rowan Shallow to accompany the party, and Rowan went along with the party into the Grey to assist. I don't know whether you'd call this a tryout, because I don't know whether Rowan wants to be in the King's Citadel or not yet, or whether the party, whether the King's Citadel and Hilar Broussal will want Rowan Shallow in. We will see. But in the meantime, the group of 5 have entered the Grey to find these raiders. And right before, as the box was starting to kind of zero in on where they were going, they found a very strange thing, which is a small, localized dust storm sparking with lightning and flashes of flame. And in the center of this storm, at the heart of this storm, was the broken body of a Warforged, with a column of raging wind coiling above it, apparently defending the body from dancing clouds of fire and lightning. The party was able to determine that this was almost certainly an air elemental, which was battling against what might best be described as living spells, living lightning bolts and living fire spells of some kind, maybe living burning hands. But there are 4 of those burning spells and 2 lightning bolt spells. And when Merime stepped forward to try to communicate, she found that the Warforged did not respond at all. It's quite probably destroyed and dead, but also that she was able to make contact with the air elemental, which in a childlike voice said, "I am trying to help my friend. Please help me with my friend." And so the party, having heard all of this, had a decision to make. Sorry, Merime, I beg your pardon. Had a decision to make. Merime did say that she was sharing this with the party afterwards. So the party is now aware of this, and I'm going to bring us, in fact, to a new map for this. I'm going to bring us all the way down to here. And I'm going to zoom us out a little bit. You can see here, chat, that we have, let me move that one right there. We have this air elemental, which is right here in the middle, defending the broken body of a Warforged. And around it are these 4 strange-looking burning creatures. Again, not really a fire elemental as much as it looks like sort of flames that occasionally have like hands and arms emerging but then vanishing again. Smaller than an air elemental, but definitely not tiny. And then these 2 what look like essentially living lightning bolts that are buffeting and attacking the air elemental. So I'm not going to put the party into combat immediately because it does depend on whether the party wants to enter combat. It could theoretically just turn around and leave, but it's very clear that they're not going to be able to reason with these creatures one way or the other. I believe the party at the end of the last session had leaned in the direction of helping, although Rowan and Ilarion were both a little bit skeptical about this, particularly Rowan, who's like, this seems like a bad idea. But the rest of the party was like, listen, they're sentient. I think Deciana said, these are sentient creatures. This is a sentient creature that needs our help, and we cannot turn our back, and so on and so forth. So I think the party had democratically, so to speak, elected to assist, but correct me if I'm wrong. I will say that it does not look like the air elemental is going to be able to hold out much longer against this combined force of creatures. So if you're going to do something combat-wise, you're going to have to do it fast. So I will hand that over to the party. Also, hi, JLC, 11-hour shift. Oh, my God. Well, welcome back. It's good to see you. I hope all is well. Okay.
Where are we entering this thing? Are we at the bottom
Yeah,
or the top of
we
the
need to
map?
know that.
Yes, so you are right now over here. You're at the bottom, sort of the southwest corner right here. And where I'm pinging. Yep, that is where you are right now.
Wait, where am I?
And these are, by the way, 5-foot squares, in case anyone's curious.
Then
it's
Spanner is a little bit tiny.
He is clearly a Doberman Pinscher. Clearly a Chihuahua. The Spanner, the Chihuahua. Okay, I can't even grab him to resize. There we go.
I'm gonna have to.
That's more like it.
There we go. Arv, once Marame said she had made contact with the air elemental and got a response, then that changes Valerian's tune because
Right, okay.
they're all about the protecting, and this one's definitely outgunned, shall we say.
Yes.
So they are going to armor up and sort out and start advancing on the group.
Okay. I will ask everyone else whether they're on board with this. If so, I'm going to bring us into combat, but I do want to just make double check and make sure that everyone's okay with this. Is that the case?
I'm in.
Tangent's a little bit grumbly. He keeps muttering something about not having been able to finish his trap in time.
Yes.
There we go.
But he
I do remember you mentioning that.
but he does pull out his
What the hell? Come on.
his crossbow and is kind of rolling his eyes some kind of incredulously. This is why I do audiobooks.
Incredibly.
That, an amazing skill at doing drunken characters.
I tell ya. I mean, I would say that Malvina was getting drunk, but she's dead now. So, spoiler, sorry. So anyway,
Wow.
I'm
Interesting
still
to see
writing
how
Spanner,
that-
right? I'm still writing Spanner, right?
I presume so.
Yeah. Okay.
Which, if you don't want to be in the mix,
Oh no, I want to
to
be in the mix.
Okay, because
And yeah, Marame reaches out. Well, you were already on board with the idea, right?
Yes.
Luciana, okay, yeah, then they're of a mind, and she will.
She basically said child and elemental and ask for help, and I'm there.
I don't mean in agreement with. I mean Spanner's about to run in there. So if you don't want to go with him, you should get off of him right now.
I need to get there within 30 feet. So
Okay.
I got to do it anyway.
two-
Plus, I need to stay within 30 feet of you guys.
One, Arv, I need control. Wait a minute, maybe that's why it didn't work. Never mind.
I thought you
Yep,
had
all
control
good.
already.
And then-
I wanted to make sure I got the sizing right because the lightning bolts are pretty large and the fire creatures are smaller. So I did want to specify. That's about right, though, for the air elemental size.
Delightful.
Okay.
Okay, so assuming everyone is on board with that, then I'm going to do two things. A, I'm going to put on the turn order here. I'm going to change this music, and the time has come for a little bit of what we like to call combat music, chat. Let's get some Fight for the
Woohoo.
Future, shall we? All right. I love it. Okay. All right, let's get those initiative rolls rising on up there.
Don't forget to
folks.
touch yourself.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
Why did it not go to me?
I don't know. Maybe it just couldn't stand it. It was like I can't put a 4 initiative on Nisiana. It's just not right.
Well, I'm going
didn't-
last.
That didn't work, but I'll take the 20. I'm not sure why. I must have hit the wrong thing. Is it touching your character
Yeah.
token?
Your icon, yeah.
All right, well, I'm still taking the 20. I'll just re-roll it.
Oh.
Now? How about now?
Oh, I know why. Because I wasn't on actually grabbing my character. I was grabbing. I
Yeah,
was
me
still
too.
doing the ruler.
Okay.
All right, I'll do this correctly for Marame, though. That way. That'll work. He said, hopefully. Ah! Oh, nice.
Roll again. Okay, I'm on a 1, but I rolled again.
Okay.
Right to get it corrected.
Hey, Brandon, can I have a hit point total for Rowan, please?
800.
Oh God, I wish. 46.
46. Okay. Also, so Rowan Shallow does not start with a hero point. One may or may not be awarded. But I mention this because the rest of you do have a single hero point from the start of this adventure. As a reminder, you do have those available to you. I just want to make sure no one forgets about those. And Rowan, starting in the next adventure, you would get a hero point at the beginning of it, depending on how things go. So I'm just...
Also, remember, we have the gray special thing that happens. Like, Brandon's character is going to teleport in 30 feet randomly.
All right.
And I can
God, that was a thing that happened.
Oh, yes.
And I have like 9 extra temporary hit points right now.
Yeah, right now. So, right. Let's see. So, Merime, I have at 102 out of 102. Is that what you see on there, John?
But sorry, hold on. Maybe.
Possibly.
I've got 8 screens open. Yes, 102 out of 102. She's full up. That's
okay.
correct.
And she rolled a 15. Is that right for initiative? Right
that
there?
is also correct.
Okay.
I did it correctly for her. Yes.
And then, Alarian, you have got 69 out of 69 hit points and 34 out of 34 on the armor. And then there's 9 temp. Did I hear that?
That is correct.
Okay.
Toughness is a great thing for an Aegis.
Yes.
Especially when I've rolled a 1 on my hit dice, at least for 4 levels.
Where'd you get the 9 temp? I believe you. I just don't remember.
It's the gray effect, dude. It's the effect you gave me.
Right.
When we rolled the die.
That's right, the gray effect.
I
Yes.
can't remember. You have to
recall.
look that up for me because I don't remember if it like replenishes or if it's just a one-time thing.
No, it's a one-time thing. I know that for sure.
All right.
Yes, I forgot about that. Okay, and let's see, Alarian.
I learned it by watching you. Anyways, listening to you.
You did not have a 20. You got a 14 for yourself?
No, actually, the first time I rolled, which was I didn't click my character, I got a 19 plus 1, so that should be a 20.
So you should have a 20. Okay.
Yeah, which I've already modified in the turn order.
Okay.
I'm on here twice. Oh, okay. No.
Yeah, that's a weird bug in that I don't understand with Roll20. Tanton has got a 13. I believe Tanton. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. And yeah, Nisiana, you have got an 11.
That is actually should be a 4 because I've rolled a 1 and I to get myself on there.
Right. Okay, that's right. Yes.
I am going last.
All right.
Which can be an advantage sometimes.
Well, it'll get me. I'm gonna have to get close enough to do my magic first.
Does Spanner have Spanner's got a 15? Is that?
I'm double checking.
Yeah.
I think he goes on my thing right after me. I think, or he gets his own.
Okay.
Thing.
While you're double checking that, I am going to quickly. Do something that I should have done before, but it'll take a second. Okay. Right, okay.
Shares my initiative count, but takes his turn immediately after mine.
Okay.
That's better.
All right. Let's see.
Here we go.
Okay. This can or cannot be temporary. What I'm about to show you, Brandon.
Oh God!
You'll see in a minute. Okay.
I expect the most awkward token ever.
Well.
Oh dear.
It's just Sammy Davis Jr.
Yeah, I mean, how awkward could Sammy Davis Jr. truly be? I mean, let's be clear. Okay, that's objects and tokens. All right, hold on a second. It is uploading as we speak. That's not that
nice.
awkward, is it?
No, it's not.
Okay, now let me just give that. Let me give you. Okay.
I rolled a 9.
So that should now work. Double check and see if you can move yourself around.
I can.
Yay, okay, good. All right, so if I now add you to turn, not by doing that, but by doing this, then we should be in there, and then I can make you a 9, which means we should be
clearly a 10. What's wrong with you?
I appreciate that.
Let's see. Tanton actually says that out loud for some reason. Everyone's like, "What? Why?"
As he's loading, he's like, "Nothing."
Nothing.
As he's going through the motions of loading his crossbow, everybody's like, "Doesn't your crossbow auto reload?" Shut up!
How did you become the judge from Ace Attorney?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So let's see. 13.
The somatic component.
Okay. 11 and 9 and 4. Okay, great. Wonderful. We are.
I think we're getting caught up on semantics. I think you mean semantics. No, I don't. Shut up.
Okay. Right. There's that.
I miss this game.
Okay. And this.
That would be a good
I did too. It's been too long.
Be a good D&D podcast title too. Caught up on semantics.
Can you check dexterity for me, John, on Merime? What is Merime's dexterity?
45.
It's a 17.
17. Okay. That is what I assumed, but I wanted to make sure. Okay. All right. Let's get rolling, y'all. Starting with Alarian is first to act.
How far away are we right at this point?
These are 5-foot squares, so you would be 5, 10, 15, 20. You're about 40 feet from this farthest out burning creature.
Right. Let's see. It's me. Oh, then Merime. Perfect. All right. Then I will.
Hi, Divinori. I
will
have
move
yes
up
HP. Yeah, exactly.
to within striking distance and strike.
Okay. You're. I'm sure you can do this, but what's your move speed?
30.
5, 10, 15, 20.
I'll have to hustle it.
Yeah, just get there. Okay. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Then you may proceed to strike it.
There we go.
As it sort of flies in front of you, this odd sort of kind of shifting, morphing, flaming creature.
It's morphing. Super more. What do I? Oh, I do. Okay, I'll take the 21.
Okay.
Let's move it back to normal. There we go.
21 will indeed hit.
And 7 points of damage, and it is my star sword, of course, which I assume will actually hit it.
Well, so just to double check, this counts as magical damage, did we say?
It
or
is
not?
able to hit creatures that need to be damaged by magical weapons, is what we rule.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
yeah, so it does hit. When you hit it, there is this sort of, like, it kind of almost, it's not pain exactly, but it sort of almost flares angrily. And
Okay.
Again, it looks to you very much as if you were looking at kind of a fire spell in the midst of its casting, as if it's been somehow, frozen at that moment, but then becomes a living creature beyond that. So it moves around and shifts and everything. But definitely not an elemental in the same traditional way. Again,
Right.
welcome to the gray, I suppose.
Actually, my second attack.
Right, okay, yep.
Normally,
Ooh.
is a 14.
I will miss.
Okay. All right, it was a good damage roll. All right. Yep. Well, I'm sure I got its attention. So
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Its attention is upon you.
Yeah.
Okay, that is going to lead us to Merime is going to be up next. What would Merime like to do?
And Merime is going to back up Illyrian. So she will also hustle her butt over there, which is 30 feet speed as well.
Okay.
And then she will attempt to attack with her Radiant Rapier.
Okay. You'd be fine playing as an anomaly. Yeah, well, that's kind of what it is. All right.
Woo. Hey,
Radiant
20,
Rapier.
28.
Wow. Yeah, that hits a lot.
Bonus action shed bright light, dim light, torch. Or charges if you hit. That could be blinded to attack next turn. Okay, well, these things don't seem like they have eyes. I don't think it's going to be a big deal.
Right.
But she's going to do
And
a
it
good
wasn't a
deal of.
crit.
Yeah. No, it says actually immediate after being hit by an attack. It doesn't need to be a
Right.
crit.
Right.
It's hers, not mine.
Right.
Mine is auto for some strange reason. Okay.
Okay.
Anyways, 7 more points of piercing damage.
Okay, and again, the same sort of
Yeah.
that you saw before.
And hers is a +1 weapon, by the way. In case
Yep.
you're wondering.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
actually, I think did she get 2 attacks? Speaking.
Mm,
Maybe no?
Ritual, dual mind, wisdom. Does she not? Okay, no, it doesn't say she does. So, all right. All right.
So then, okay. That is going to leave us to one set of the bad guys, by which I mean the lightning bolts. Now, these creatures here move up, and they move in these sort of strange ways. So it kind of, it literally almost looks as if it's kind of zapping around here. And as it comes in this direction, let's see. I wonder if it's going to go after the... I'll go after... No, I think it's going to slide like this. So it comes around here, And then it does this. So
Well, that doesn't look great.
It basically has this stroke of lightning that like from itself. I need both Eberron and Merime to make dexterity saving throws for me, please.
Wow.
Good times. All right,
Okay.
she's gonna do hers first if I have her up. So for Merime, that's a 10.
That's
Bob.
not great.
Yeah. Okay. Ow. This would be hilarious if I actually managed to do it, but I have my doubts. On second 19.
Wow. So you somehow parkour over it? Is this what you're telling me?
I just kind of like step out of the way. She's like, "What? Oh, yeah, kind of like that."
Okay. So Merime is going to take here.
By the way, Marie, I'm terribly sorry this is happening.
32 lightning damage.
Oh,
and you are going to take, Eberron is going to take 16 lightning damage.
Hold on. 32, that puts her up to 7. Jesus.
So she should be at 70.
You may take a step back after that.
Like, that hurt.
And you said I took 16.
You take 16, so
my temp's going to take 9.
Well, the question is, are you taking any? Right. Okay. I was going to ask how much each is
my
versus
temp.
anything else.
No. Well, the temporary hit points from the grace.
That makes all sense. So that's 7 left of the 7.
And then my armor will take 4, and I will take 3.
Okay. So you were at 30 out of 34 and 66 out of 69. Okay. There we go.
Like, judging by those rolls, Eberron just took Merime as a shield.
Yep. That's canon now.
Yes.
That's how that
I wasn't
works.
gonna say I stepped behind her, but I stepped behind her.
Having done that, this thing returns to its form, and you can feel. And there's also a strong smell of sulfur in the air, as this sort of burning. The burn marks on Merime's skin, and Eberron, somewhat to you can hear. This creature here is going to come down, and you notice that when you began the attack, these creatures turned their attention more or less towards you, at least in this direction, or towards the party.
Right.
This one is going to come over, and it is going to, not this time reach out to you in the same way. It's going to attempt to strike out at you. 2 bolts zap from the large bolt at you, Eberron.
Massive static cling, basically.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. I wouldn't have thought of it that way, but yes, that seems reasonable. And let's see. So it's going to make 2 strikes.
Keep your leg against the dryer door while you're unloading it, and it won't build up.
Exactly. Okay, the first one is going to be a 10, which is silly. I'm sure that does not hit.
Quite.
Okay. The second one, however, is going to be a 25.
That'll do it.
Okay. So
Oh.
that is 4. Okay. That is going to be 24 points of lightning damage.
Wow.
Yeah, these things hit a lot. So 24 points of damage. So how do you want to distribute? Glad to have your temp from before.
Yeah, really, but this is 24?
24. Very strong.
Yeah. 10 to the armor and 14 to me.
Okay.
Jeepers.
14. So 52 for you. Okay, so you should be
and 20.
And 20 out of 34. Yep, gotcha. Okay. All right. That leads us to Tantan. You have seen this, zaps and everything. So it's also, and I should mention, there is an entire roiling cloud created by this effect, which is, it doesn't obscure anything exactly, but it definitely makes any sort of beyond the combat area where you're in very difficult to see. There may or may not be like kind of a wooden cabin or something, or the remnants of it back here, maybe, but it's hard to see because of the whatever is sort of surrounding this energetic battle. So with that said, what would you like to do?
So yeah, Teddy just makes a series of clicks at Spanner, and then fires his cruisebow at this lightning elemental that's on Eberron.
Okay.
$14, which is a miss.
Yes, sadly.
And for the second attack, same thing.
Can Nisiana help or repair Ilarion? Yes.
Yes.
Is the answer to that. That will definitely hit. And that was against the bolt, right? Okay. The living lightning bolt.
Yes.
Alright.
7 magical piercing.
Okay. 7 magical piercing. Let's see. Okay, good. All right. Okay. So that you see kind of like, again, this is strange. Like, actually, you think you see just as it passes through the bolt, it does pass through and then kind of drops to the other side, kind of electrically, sort of, it seems charged, the bolt, maybe past the other side. The bolt itself, definitely, the lightning bolt, not the crossbow bolt, does seem to have been affected by that, seems to have been hit by that, although it's not like a lightning bolt bleeds, so who knows exactly, but it seems like you damaged it in some respect.
Now, the crossbow bolt itself just goes, disappears, and reappears on...
Oh, that's right, that's true, so you wouldn't have to worry about that. Yeah, that's true. Okay, but the lightning bolt, it definitely was affected one way or the other. Are you moving anywhere, Tanton, and then what's Spanner doing?
I'm not. Spanner's moving.
Okay. So Spanner speed?
40.
Okay, we can get there. Is Spanner, like, running at the lightning bolt? What is Spanner doing?
He's heading for Ilarion.
Okay. All right, well, he can get there. What does he want to do when he arrives?
Well, is Nisiana staying on his back?
Yes, she is.
Okay, then.
She is staying on his back, and she'll fall off as soon as it's her turn.
Okay.
And then
She'll dismount when it's
she's
her
up
turn.
there with him.
Yep.
And his side panels open up, and much like the nursery bot not in the beginning of the Matrix, but the one that comes over and unscrews the back of Neo's brain and then he dumps him in the sewer, when the arms just come out, that basically happens, and he immediately casts 1 round of repair on Ilarion.
All right, let's see how much healing happens.
And 15 points back to you.
Okay.
I take that very well, thank you. I'm going to need it.
Okay. So that's 67.
No, I refuse. No. 67.
I swat away your attempt.
Yes.
Okay. Good stuff out of Spanner. Okay. Now it is time for the flaming things to go. So this creature here turns. Slowly it turns, step by step.
Which one?
This one right here.
The one right next to us. Yes, of course.
And then, as I mentioned, it's sort of like you see occasionally like hands kind of emerging from this weird thing of flame.
Yeah.
And emerging is a cone of flame. I need a dexterity saving throw from all within. So that would be Nisiana and Spanner and Ilarion and Merime. All need to make dexterity saving throws for me, please.
Dexterity saving throw.
Indeed.
Ugh.
Yeah. Nisiana does not.
Maybe I should use my hero point.
Ow.
Wow. Woo. Okay.
Did you just roll a 1? No, you rolled a 2.
I rolled a 2. So there you go. Core.
Let's see.
And let's see now. She's owed 1 because she missed the last one. 16. That might do it for her.
Okay. Yes. So that means that Tantin and Merime saved. At the moment, unless Nisiana is going to do something to address this, Nisiana did not, and Ilarion certainly did not.
I'm going to say I did not.
Okay.
Because.
Just because. Okay.
I may regret this, but we'll see.
Okay, so you are all going to take... So the ones who did not save, which are Nisiana and Ilarion, are going to take, let's see, 12 points of fire damage.
Okay.
So,
I'm going to let that all go through.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to let that all go through. So 55.
Yeah.
Okay. And then those who did save will only take 6 points. So that would be Spanner, I guess.
Down to 40,
sorry,
41 or 47.
I'm sorry, wait. That's right, because he had 47. Yeah, I keep forgetting he's not 42. All right, so 41 out of 47. And let's see, and then Merime saved, yes?
Yes, she did.
Okay, right. So she also gets 6 points. So that's 64 I have her at now, John, I think.
Yes, I'm sorry. 64, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So there's that. This one, I think, is going to come up. These two are going to come up on the air elementals. Although most of them now are focusing. Are they? No, actually, these ones are. This one's going to come this way. This one, I think, is going to stay on the air elemental. So they're going to come down this way. Take a guess what this one's going to do.
Cone of fire?
Yep. They seems to be their attack. So I need more dexterity saving throws from that crew.
Yeah, I think I'm going to use my hero point this time.
Hey, there we go.
Okay.
1d6 is not even going to. I'm not even going to be able to get.
No, you think you go 12.
Yeah,
13
no,
actually.
So no.
doesn't
All right.
matter.
Okay. Hey, I think.
So Larian and Merame both saved on this one, and
Yes.
Nisiana and Spanner did not. Is that right? Okay.
So we
That is
just
correct.
reversed from what it was last round.
Yeah, basically, right? Well, no.
Oh,
more this
but the die
time.
rolls are all under Larian. Okay, I was
Yeah.
confused. But yeah, but I did roll under hers, and she got the dexterity 3. So
This
yeah.
time, the people who did not save will take 16 points of fire damage on this. So Spanner is going to get 16, which is 25, I think, is where they are now, if I did that math correctly.
I certainly wouldn't have. I'll trust you.
Okay, I believe that's right. And then 16 points of damage to Nisiana as well.
46.
46, yeah. Okay, and that means 8 points of damage to Alarian.
4 and 4.
Okay. And 8 points of damage to Merame.
Yep, already, and that puts her at 56.
56. Okay. Right. Okay. This one is going to attack. Let's see. This one is not going to do that flame thing to the air elemental. It is going to attempt to strike out at it, not unlike the way the lightning bolt did, tried to strike at all of you. And it does hit the air elemental. And I would say that Merame only, this is a little bit, it's too bad that, well, no, it's fine. Merame in her mind hears, as it is struck by this fire. And you can see the wind, the gust of wind maybe even gets slightly, the spinning of the thing gets a little bit less centered, I think might be the way, like a little wobbly, like a top that is nearing the end of its spinning, cycle, if you follow what I'm saying. So there's that. And then the last one is, let's see. So that one went. This guy, okay. He is going to go this way. And guess what he's going to do? But from the right side this time. This is what they're now, they may not be able to do this every turn, but they certainly as a leadoff, they're going to do this. Nice honey bunches of oats they see right in front of them. And so I'm going to need, again, those classic dexterity saving throws from everybody. Inspires can work on saving throws. Yes, Waymond. Absolutely they can. But
Okay,
the
I
inspirations have
finally
been
did it.
used up for those. The channel point inspirations have been used up as of yesterday, though. So it'd have to be like the more traditional Patreon or sub-based ones. Okay. Let's see. What have we got? So I see Alarian. That's...
Fail.
That was a... Oh, because the
5.
14?
I had the 5.
Oh, you had the 5. Okay. So
Merame
Alarian
rolled the
failed.
14, so I think we
Merame
both
rolled
failed.
14. Yep. Nisiana made it. Spanner did not. So 3 people did not make it. 3 creatures did not make it.
Wait a second. Larian, you've been rolling dexterity checks, not dexterity saves.
That's true. I don't know if that's going to make a big difference in this case, but that's true.
Actually,
She
it makes
has
a
a
big big difference for Merame. She gets another +3. So
Okay,
It's
let
a
me
proficiency bonus.
Okay, so let
It
me
makes-
let me go up then. Let me double check. So that means she would have ended up with a...
like for this one, she would end up with a 17.
Okay, so a 7, but it looks like the other ones were she had already made anyway, right? It looks
Right.
like.
I think she missed the first one.
No, that was the one. That was the lightning bolt one, and
Yeah.
that one would have been a... Well, let's find it. What would the lightning bolt one have been?
Attack, dexterity, 3. Yeah, she wouldn't have made it anyways. It would have been 13.
So, all right, but we'll remember
So
that.
this
going
last
forward,
one,
dexterity
yeah,
save.
thank you. Sorry, that's true. Saving
Okay.
throws, not.
So in this last one, the 17 is...
Me, it makes 0 difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Alarian, so she is going to make her save for this one.
Correct.
And Nisiana
17.
will make her save, but Spanner and Alarian will not. So It's been 2 each time. That's interesting. Okay, that is going to be another 13 points of damage to those who did not save. So, Alarian, how do you want to distribute?
I'll put that all to me right now.
Okay, so
41 to 38. Ow.
38. Yeah, nasty creatures. Okay, 38. 13 to Spanner. Spanner's been taken on the chin or the metal
Everything,
side.
yeah.
Okay, so there's that.
Brings him to 12?
Yep, that's right. That's what I have him on. And then 7 points we round up for the people who saved. So 7 to Nisiana and 7 to Merime. So that brings Merime down to 39. And it brings Nisiana to
39.
49.
Oh, wait, I looked at you already. Sorry. You were 39. It brings Merime to
49.
49, right. Okay. You'll now be happy to know that that's the end of their turn. I'm sure you'll be pleased to know. Rowan, you just saw your party members get a little messed up just now. But it is your turn. You're up next.
Nothing at all. Like, only spending a couple of hours in the presence of people that you thought were badass and then see them be lit on fire 3 times in a row.
And zapped, let's be clear. Not just lit on fire, also zapped.
Yeah. That lightning thing is going to suck if they can keep doing it.
So, my movement is 30. Let me do some math here.
Oh.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, Waymond Wolf has 2 inspirations that he is ready and willing to use when needed, and I think they will be needed.
I'm gonna come here.
Okay.
I'm going to.
His expression for this is perfect. He's just sort of looking like the token's just looking like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I could save them.
Yeah.
Or I could run and live.
Yeah. Everyone's in one direction. I don't need to be in the same direction as them. I'm going to spend 2 sorcery points for Quicken Spell.
Okay.
And I am going to... what this actually looks like is... I bring my metal arm up to face this elemental over here. I bring the pistol out of the wrist and immediately flick one round into the chamber from like my sleeve. It was just kind of waiting there, and I fire directly at it to cast Dispel Magic at 4th level.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. That's good stuff. Let's see. And of course Rowan is aware that in the gray this may act oddly, right? The Dispel Magic effect. Okay. Just
I'm also aware that immediately after I do this, Wild Magic Surge happens.
Yes, that's right. Okay.
I picked the worst class in the worst setting.
Wait, did you roll a 20 or a 1? Sorry.
I didn't roll anything yet.
No, hasn't rolled anything yet. Just cast Dispel Magic here. So, let's see. For every spell. Okay, I need you then. Oh, you're casting it at 4th level, so you automatically end the effects. Okay. Yes. So I will say. So this thing, goes, just like out of existence. As soon as this thing hits it, so it just goes out of existence. As it does so, the cloud here roils and sort of grows, and you can feel the hair on the back of your non-metal hand tingling, Rowan. There is like a static electricity building in the cloud as you did this. Now we got to talk about Wild Magic Surge. So I happen to have...
So he gets Wild Magic every time he casts?
I thought you had to make a roll for that.
Yeah.
So yes, but the casting this stuff in the gray. So I'm gonna have so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have you roll the d20, but this is going to be either a 1 or a 2.
Oh dear.
To work on this because you're in the gray and you're in this weird cloud.
Woohoo.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you roll like Gus, Brendan, there's a pretty good chance.
Oh, so close.
Just
so close.
So
Oh.
close. I'm
Oh.
so my word.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So the
What
wild
table
magic
are you
surge
rolling the
didn't.
surges on, by the way?
There is a Libram. I have a 1,000 magic effects.
Yes, you can do the 1,000 one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is gonna be delightful.
That's
I'm
what we used to
sure.
do for Rob back in the day.
Until you
so-
turn into a Caucasian, then you just be like, no, running out of.
Yep.
Oh god.
This wild magic. Oh my goodness. Okay. So
To be sure,
yeah.
Quicken Spell meant that I cast that one at right. So I cast that spell at bonus action speed.
Yep.
Does that mean that I still have an action?
Yes.
What do I want to do?
The lightning slowly turns menacingly in your direction.
If you can
Just
heal, you might want to heal somebody.
like that. I'm just kidding.
I'm thinking the same. Do I have you know what? I'm very sorry that I cannot help you in that regard.
I was waiting for it to like reach the pistol out and like aim at you like wait, then it like fires out a healing potion really at them instead. But no.
That would be very interesting. It would be very you, but it'd be very interesting.
Oh, I wonder. This is not gonna help. In fact, no. Just as an experiment, I will take my action to just fire a regular bullet at this.
Okay.
Nothing like just experimenting.
Yeah, sure. Like, you know.
Of course, this bullet is a room temperature superconductor. So,
That is right. Yes.
there, he agreed. You heard
Okay,
him.
yes.
Clip it.
Okay, so you're going to fire a bullet at. Did we decide, by the way? I don't know if we've talked yet about specific impacts of this. We may or may not have looked into what these things actually function as. Brandon, I don't remember.
I remember us, if you're talking about like what my arm is, I
Right.
remember us saying that it's mechanically operating as a crossbow.
Right. Okay, that's right. That is what I thought.
Which I swear to God, I saw on the sheet and my brain is becoming hollow.
I can tell you what it is. It's a light crossbow, which means, or the equivalent, which means it would be 1d8.
Right.
But I think I classified this as the equivalent of magical damage. Like it's not plus anything, but it's infused with magic if you hit with it. So
Okay, cool.
you're looking at 1d8. Now, as far as
Where do I find the thing? My brain is becoming hollow. I'm trying to find where my crossbow is on my sheet. Did I not put weapons here?
let me
Did I
see.
It should
forget to put
be
weapons here?
right in the middle, under hit dice, and then there's a square that has.
I'm looking myself.
I mean, if you
Aha!
don't,
I
Yeah, I see
forgot
it.
to put it.
Okay.
I'm saying, if you don't, just go to the compendium, grab light crossbow, and drag it on.
Right.
Do I have the companion? Do I
Yeah,
know
it's
how to
the
do
circle
thing?
eye in the upper right corner.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Click on that, type in light crossbow. You'll see a thing, grab the word, drag it onto your character sheet.
Dragging.
Super useful.
Aha. And then I just click the thing?
That's funny, Rudno.
Just click the word light crossbow in where it just appeared
There
in
you
the
go.
middle of your.
That will definitely hit. You were aiming at the lightning bolt, right? I assume. Is that
Yes.
okay. Yes, that will absolutely hit. So then you would go ahead and roll the damage, which would be 1d8 plus your dexterity modifier.
Just click on the word light crossbow in the chat box.
4.
Okay. And that should be full. What's your dex modifier?
It's in there.
Is it counting that?
Mhm.
Okay. So
He rolled a 2 plus
okay.
2.
So 4. Okay. Cool. So 4 piercing. All right. Lovely.
Now, if you want to, in the meantime, while you're waiting for your next turn to come around, when you mouse over the light crossbow in the middle of your sheet, there'll be a little cog next to it. You can open it up and change its name to like gun arm or whatever you want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed. Okay, good stuff. Are you? And I think you already moved. Did you move your full movement already? I think, Rowan, if I'm not mistaken.
I moved 20 feet, but my full is 30, and I'm gonna stay there regardless.
Okay, sounds like a plan. It is now the turn of the air elemental, which, if an air elemental could be angry, it probably would be at this point. Turns to face this creature, and with its two kind of arms slash sides of the tornado, tries to slam them into the creature that it is facing.
I believe they are called appendages.
Appendages. So let's see.
You opening a big can of.
You're gonna laugh
Right,
when you
exactly.
you're gonna laugh when you hear the name of this creature. By the way, it is in fact named. Mermaid doesn't know what the name is yet. But okay.
Okay,
Our
we
windy
won't tell
boy.
her.
It
We
is.
won't tell her.
Let's see. One of them is going to hit.
Is it a Wendigo?
Oh,
Nice. Nice. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. So apparently it was really upset and or inspired by your existence. It slams its one of this whirling things into the flaming creature, and essentially the way it looks is as if it has just dispersed the flame, just like the flame just explodes as it hits it. And you can tell again that the air elemental is definitely damaged, but is still functional and moves now down here towards the lightning bolt. Okay, that's going to lead us to Nisiana with Alarian on deck. Nisiana, what would you like to do?
so Nisiana is going to. Am I within 30 feet?
Oh,
Yeah, everybody.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to start with a straight up channel divinity.
Okay.
And I have 40 points to give to anybody who has less than half their hit points, which I think at this point is only the air elemental and the Warforged on the ground.
If you're talking about non-party members, because Alarian and Merimee are both below half health,
And Spanner, but
and Spanner,
I can't heal Spanner.
I know.
He's specifically a construct.
and yourself,
Okay.
actually, right? Aren't you?
I am not under half.
Oh no,
health.
you're not. That's true. You're not. That's true.
So I have 40 hit points. How far are you under half health, John?
I don't think I am because I'm at 38 of 69.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
So I'm not. However, Merimee is at 49 of 102.
Okay, 49 of, let me, 102 minus 49. Wait, that's not going to help. 102. Oh, but she's only going to get 2 hit points. Okay, so she gets 2 hit points.
Okay.
I don't get 2 hit points. So each of the Warforged on the ground and the air elemental get 18 each. 36. 19 each.
Okay, so summarize this for me. Who gets 19?
The air elemental gets 19.
Okay.
The Warforged that is down, if it is not dead, it gets 19. And then Merimee gets 2.
Okay, gets 2. All right.
But that's an action, so I can't do an action and a spell. So
Right.
But I'm starting with that.
Okay, so that's
to make
that's
certain
51
that-
out of 102. Okay, so Merimee's up to 51 out of 102. Okay, the Warforged on the ground does not move at all. This may well be dead, Nisiana.
There's no way for me to tell. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Not yet.
That's all right. I will do my next thing.
Okay.
It's my turn.
All right. And you're staying where you are, I assume, Nisiana. You could move if you wished.
I would like to get out of the clump.
Okay. You can definitely do that. You could, because you're not engaged by any enemy at the moment.
I want to stay within 30 feet of this guy. So that puts me still within 30 feet and closer. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
I can't heal Spanner, and I'm not actually in a line with anybody, really.
Or a coon.
Yes.
Or a cone.
Not that we would expect that to happen with any. Okay. All right. That's going to lead us up to the top of the round with Alarian. Alarian, you are up next.
All right.
You have a lightning bolt and several burning creatures on you.
And now, as a my bonus action, I am going to spend a Aegis Point Assault die to try and heal my armor.
Okay.
So I will. D8.
My next plan is to do Aura of Life.
Wait.
Just so you know.
Okay.
Wait, it's a D6, I think, at this point. Because my stupid. Yeah, it's a D6. The stupid thing is screwed up because they redid something on roll 20 and screwed it up. All right. Oh, thank God. All right. 10 points back to my armor.
Okay. You get double
Twice
that amount? You get 5
Yeah,
plus
double
5.
the amount.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, that should hold off for the time being. And then, oh, by the way, I looked up College of Swords, and she does get 2 attacks a round. It happened at 6th level.
Okay.
Mary May attacks twice. I'm not going to worry about it for now. We'll just let it go. I'm going to try to take out. We're going to try to take out the wounded thing, the flame guy.
Okay. Yep.
So I'm going to keep hitting the one, even though the electricity was a lot more dangerous. I'm going to try to keep hitting one and see if we can take him out. So my first attack. Here we go. Hey, there we go. 24 for 12 points.
Will definitely hit, and you again scatter it as you hit it. So it
dead?
disappears.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
So this one that you had already hit.
Yes.
Right
Yes.
there. Yep.
All right. Yeah, whichever one was the wounded one. Yes.
Yep.
All right, great. I will immediately turn my second attack to the lightning thing, which is much more dangerous.
Okay.
And try to hit that because, oh my God, that hurt.
You okay?
I could take the flame for a while, but that electricity was crazy. Nope.
I believe in you. I believe in you.
Good.
How
good.
far?
I believe in you.
You can do it as long as you're 30 feet, or how far? How?
60. I have 60.
Oh, that's fine then. You believe in
Okay.
you. All right. Well, roll again.
All right. And I blur and re-roll that attack. Not do much better though.
I still believe in you. Sorry, that's also a miss. I'm sorry to say.
All right.
But I still believe in you.
Yeah, that was that's okay. I appreciate it. It was a 1 at least.
It's true.
Okay, so we took out 1 at least. That's good. All right, and that was my 2 attacks. And
Yes.
then bonus action, so I have nothing else I can do. All
Okay,
right.
and you're not
Good.
moving anywhere, I'm assuming.
I am not.
Okay,
He's
that
the
leads,
eldest guy.
that's going to lead us to Merime. Then you have 1 burning and creature and 1 lightning bolts on the other side of Alarian, and 1 that's behind Merime about 7.5, 8 feet.
Yep. So she's engaged kind of with the fire guy, so she's going to back to back with me and take him on.
Okay.
I'm going to do that. And let's do the radiant again. Oh, for God's sake.
That is a miss.
A miss. So
And
second
unfortunately,
attack.
Luciana can't believe in that this time.
No, she can't. So, and
No.
so second attack, and hopefully take this one.
Better.
17.
17 will hit, yes.
All right, and then did want to do this defensive flourish thing, which she apparently doesn't have here, which I don't.
She does have
Alright.
the flourish, but I don't know if she's written it on the character sheet.
I looked it up. It's we're gonna do. Oh shit. Somewhere else. Hold on. Okay.
Well, 7 points of piercing.
Yep, I got that.
Yeah, but there's more. All right. It's
But
gonna
there's
do
more.
the. Come on. Defensive flourish. Expend one of your use of Bardic Inspiration to cause a weapon to deal damage. Number you roll on the Bardic Inspiration die, which is D8, also adds a number roll to her AC and so target next turn. That's exactly what she's going to do.
Okay.
So,
Sounds like a plan. So
I'll
D8
roll,
to both
yeah.
AC and extra damage.
correct. So we're gonna do that. Gonna roll, and she's gonna get a big old 7.
Ooh.
Nice. So her armor class for the end of next turn, it said, is 25.
Okay.
And she did a total of 14 points to this fire thing.
Not destroyed, but it definitely roared. You know, like it
Yeah.
seems pretty messed up. We will see whether that turns out to be the case. I assume Merime is not going to move out of the way then.
Correct. So
Okay.
the start of the start of her next turn. So the rest of this round, she has a 25 armor class.
Okay.
Help, but we'll see. Yep.
All right.
So we're like literally like back to back, kind of trying to take it down.
That means it is the lightning bolt's turn.
Unfortunately, yes.
And we're going to start with this one over here. This is the one that has not yet done its nasty attack, and it's going to do that now. So it does blam this deal.
Defect attack.
And actually, let me think. 5, 10, 15.
Wait.
I think
Wait,
it's
did you say
just
deflect
going to miss Nisiana, actually. But it goes a very long way past them in just a straight line.
No,
So
it's an AoE. So I
Oh
can't deflect.
shit! Damn it!
what?
However, I wanted to have her. Oh wait, no, she used Bardic Inspiration. Never mind. I assume she can't do the Bardic Inspiration. Wait, yes, she can. I wanted her to do something on her bonus action that I forgot last round, which was give Larian Bardic Inspiration.
Okay, but didn't she? Oh, okay. You're saying
A use of it for the attack is a separate thing.
okay, that's fine then. Sure, she can do that.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
That's no problem.
'Cause I think he's going to need that for the saving throw.
Okay, so I need, again, I know you've heard this before, a dexterity saving throw. Spanner's going to avoid this one, so it's just a Larian and Merime.
What? Oh my god. That's a 10
Well-
with +6. Yeah, ouch. All right.
Okay.
And me, because I'm planning on using that sucker.
Oh, wow.
Not even any real reason to do so. I guess I'll just save that. So we both fail.
Wow.
Ow.
Okay, let's see what the damage is going to be. This is kind of not a great one to think.
Well, I think we can both take it. Quoted.
Okay, sorry, I'm just clicking a bunch of dice. Okay, that is going to be 33 points of damage, lightning damage.
Lord.
And so to each of you, so we'll start with Alarian. Where are you putting that?
13 to my armor
What's that, Drew?
and 20 to me.
Oh no, Drew, I hear they do.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm sorry, 20 to you. And
Yeah.
you said how much to 13 to your
13
armor?
to the armor. Yep.
Okay, so 18 out of 69 on that,
Mhm.
and 13 out of 34 on your armor. Yeah.
Oh, I had 10 down for some reason. I'll take the 13.
Yeah, I think it's that.
All right.
Okay, so hold on.
Armor
a
is going to
second
suck the
here.
entire 33, which 51 puts her down to board.
Okay, hi Prince
Math.
Justin. Okay,
Math
and then
not strong suit.
Merime now, and Merime is down to 6. Oh no, I keep
No,
looking at
she had
Sienna.
51.
She had 51. I'm sorry, so 18.
Yeah.
So 18. Okay.
Ow.
This is how's your father? Okay, so that is what that thing does with its special, super awesome ability.
Mm.
Okay, for the other one of these. Okay, so this thing is going to come up here. Now let's see. What's it gonna do? It's also got the. Okay, it could go here. If it does that, it's going to get attacked by the air elemental. It could attack the air elemental, but its focus has been on the party since the party got involved. So I think it's probably going to stay where it is. It's not going to move, but having recharged this effect, it is going to zappity this way. And it's obviously not going to hurt its companion because its companion is a lightning bolt. So I will need dexterity saving throws again. These things are nasty. You have definitely hurt them, but they are.
Well, actually, we barely touched the electrical ones.
I guess that's
the
true.
fire ones.
The fire ones you've been dealing with.
All right, she got an 18, so hopefully that
will help a little bit.
maybe prevent her from not going completely unconscious. On
Oh,
the
nice,
other
Prince
hand-
Justin. That's awesome. We have inspiration.
Jesus Christ!
Well, do you want it now? I normally don't do the ex post facto. Do you want to solicit an inspiration from, let's say, Waymond Wolf on this? You don't have to.
Yeah.
But
I can't take another hit like this. I'm gonna go down. Even if I rolled the inspiration, I need to get an 8, and that's only a 15. I'd have to roll an 8 to get it. I'd still be a 15. No, I'll just take it.
You'll just take it. Okay.
Assuming what's his name can keep dispelling them, he can just get rid of them. So I'm assuming that can still happen, but I don't know.
You have been inspired by Waymond Wolf, which maybe you can save for later. So.
Well, when I'm conscious again.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. So that is going to be a total of 29 damage to Alarian.
Ha! Still up.
Barely. Okay, so you're using all
So
the rest of your
13
armor,
on
right?
my armor. Yeah. That puts me to 13, and then what's it? 29 total.
It was 29 total. Yep. So so that'd be
2 points. I'm at
16
2.
2. Yep, 2 out of 69. Wow.
Uh-huh.
So you're just like, and then Merime made the save, which means so it's going to be 15 points because we'll round up. So 15
3.
points, which means she's also still up, barely.
Frickin'
Okay.
Jesus.
And this thing goes back to where it was, and it didn't even have to move, which is why it didn't deal with an attack from the air element because it just stretched out, reached out and touched someone, so to speak. Okay.
Literally.
Yes, quite so. Okay. It's going to stay exactly where they are. That's going to lead to Tantin with Spanner on deck. What would Tantin like to do?
Tantin is going to shoot at this electrical thing.
Okay, left one,
again.
the same one you hit. Yep.
Yeah. Same thing. Second verse, same as the ding.
And welcome to all the folks who have stopped in. These folks are involved in
21.
a very tough fight against these spells in the middle of the gray. That will hit.
8 points.
Okay. Definitely takes all of that.
Second attack.
Yep. Oh,
12.
that will not hit. I wanted to be on the 19 there for a minute.
It did, didn't it?
Yeah, I saw it. I was like, oh no. Sadly, no. You're staying where you are, but Spanner is not still. I assume,
Correct.
or rather, Spanner is staying there, but is like attacking or doing something.
Right.
What is Spanner going to do?
Spanner's going to repair Alarian again.
Okay,
Because
seems like a right thing to do.
just it's like that's what Tantin ordered him to do, and Tantin hasn't ordered him to do anything else yet.
Well, I think
So-
I think that's probably a good call anyway, regardless.
17 points back.
Okay.
I mean, I can't take another one of those blasty blasts, but hopefully I can take this other one out that you've been puncturing. So.
Okay, Spanner's going to stay there. Well, it's a good thing you mentioned that because our friend Burning Hands is here, so to speak. You have one of them left. Now, let's see. This thing... All right, is it going to get this ability back? No, it is not. Okay, so it is going to simply attempt to strike. I think it is going to... let's see. Alarian is... The last one you attacked was the lightning bolt, Alarian?
Yes,
Okay.
Mermaid's the one who hit it.
I was going to say Mermaid would be the one that
Not to
attacks.
throw her under the bus or
No,
anything.
no, clearly not. Like, first jump behind her and then like...
I've got my hands full.
Alarian's
Thank you
just
very much.
pointing at
Actually,
her.
Still
you know, like-
smoking, sparks arcing off them. Yeah.
Before his hit, it's the fire guy that's attacking, right?
Yes, it is the fire guy.
Okay. Before that goes down, can Spanner move?
Sure, I didn't know if you want... Yeah, I'm sorry. I assumed he was going to stay
Well, all
next
he's
to
going to
Alarian.
do is basically shift around to the other side of Alarian. So
Okay.
he's
Like
going to
here?
basically go to here, right? So
Okay.
he's still within the thing,
Yep, I think
But-
you can do that.
but he's going to be here.
Mostly because of the nature of the lightning bolt, actually, which allows that. So, yeah.
Right.
Okay, so now the thing does the thing. That is going to be a 23 on...
At disadvantage, deflect attack.
Oh, because of Spanner.
Right.
So, okay, let's see.
The funny
So, let's
part
see.
is, were you rolling to hit roll on that?
Am I? Yes.
Yeah. Oh, the 23 would have missed anyways. 'Cause remember, her armor class is 25.
We're at the top. How long does that last, though?
This is still because they go after her because she went first and second.
She
This
did
is still the
defensive
same
flourish
turn.
before the lightning bolts, right? Okay,
Yep.
so yes.
But,
so that
but
would've-
deflect attack works too. It's all good. I'm
yeah,
just saying
so
we
it
have
would
multiple.
not have hit anyway because of that, because
Yeah.
of the deflect attack.
I just
would
think
have
that's
been
funny.
15
But thank you.
as
Yes.
opposed to 23. Okay, so that is a miss, and that it's going to stay there. That's going to lead us
Yeet.
to Rowan. So Rowan, you've seen your your companions here get repeatedly zapped. What would you like to do? There's one burning creature up here, and then the two lightning bolts here and here.
He's going to take a moment to
Gonna
take a
take a moment
nice
to think
long
about
drink.
Yeah.
And then he's just
Okay.
going to lay waste to everything with like one machine gun thing
Right.
from his
Mass dispel.
Okay, so first, I would like to move here.
Okay.
It's like 15 feet.
Yep.
So I'm gonna spend 2 more sorcery points.
Okay.
For quicken spell,
Okay.
so I can cast. So I can cast the spell at how many more things do I have? Hold on. Right, so I have another 4th level slot.
Okay.
So I'm going to cast a spell magic on this one
Okay.
at 4th level.
And again,
Okay.
out of existence. This is a very good use of 4th level Dispel Magic. So you do that. Now I need you to roll that D20, and we're looking at a 1 or a 2. 1 or a 2.
Hey!
Wow. Wow. It's just going to keep floating around that number. All right.
Yeah, it's just going to keep...
You know?
Roll 1d20. Turns d20 to one side.
And the cloud, by the way, I should mention when those other ones, when this one disappears, again, roils, and you feel it's almost an unpleasant now feeling of the electricity, like it's like continuing static, tiny little shocks, not enough to damage you or harm you, but it's definitely something which is uncomfortable, and you can feel it in the cloud. I would say all of you now in that cloud feel something similar to this. Maybe Spanner doesn't, because I don't know that that's something Spanner would be part of, but the rest of you do, who are in the cloud. Okay, so that worked.
So that was...
Yep, and that was your bonus
So that
action,
was...
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So now I'm going to cast another Dispel Magic on this one at 3rd.
Drew has just asked, is Rowan a wild magic sorcerer?
The answer to that question is yes.
You have learned the reality. That is the fact. The tension can be felt in the air, indeed. Okay, so let's see. For each spell.
So how that works, if I'm not mistaken, is if this spell is higher than 3rd, a thing needs to happen before I can actually dispel it.
You've got to make an ability check using your spellcasting ability, which for the sorcerer should be charisma, right? So I need you to make a basically a charisma check, essentially. And the DC, well, I won't tell you what the DC is, but I know it.
Okay. Do I just click charisma?
I think you can probably do that. I think that's right. I think so, because it's an ability check. It's not a spellcasting check here. It's just using that whatever the ability would be, which is so that's yes. So that does mean as you do this.
Oh, thank goodness.
So that drops. That's pretty damn clutch. These Dispel Magics. I do need another one of those. I do need another one of those. Those.
I want to see what's gonna happen. Come on.
1d20.
Oh man.
Okay, cool. Nice.
There will never be magic. Okay, it roils.
More
now.
of that, please.
Yes, all of you feel this it's exceeding discomfort now as the cloud gets even more roiled and.
Well, I don't, but everybody else.
Except for you, because you're out of the cloud, and I don't know if Spanner would notice or not. But
You would.
Okay, so then would feel that. Okay, good stuff, Rowan. Where are you going to move? There's only one evil creature, or whatever enemy creature left, which is this one.
So that was 10, so I could come here.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could. Good stuff.
And that's it for me?
That's it. Okay. This creature, the air elemental.
Oh, the odds have suddenly shifted.
Moves over here and is going
Punches
to
them to custard.
attempt
Wham!
to. It's going to attempt to. It is going to attempt to. Let's see. Slam. Wow. And double critically misses. It must be really hurt.
It expended all its energy that last time it hit the one.
2 ones.
Yeah. Wow.
In my head, I'm like,
miss.
Scientifically, if an air elemental fights fire, it's actually making
Right?
the fire worse.
Oh, no, that's true. Yes, it actually is like, it just gets bigger. Damn it.
Beating it. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So here's a weird question.
Yeah.
We're kind of on its side, right?
Sure.
So does it not get flanking advantage from being opposite of us?
Not in this
No.
Then he's not an actual ally.
Yeah. Okay, Nisiana, that's going to lead us to you with Alarion on deck. There's one
Okay,
creature remaining.
Since things have changed a little bit, first of all, I forgot I get 5 hit points back because I healed somebody.
That's true.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
So I'm going to do that. Then, based on the fact that Rowan has come in clutch, I am going to do my bonus action first of Mass Healing Word on everybody.
Okay.
Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
Well, not
so
spent.
my bonus action, Mass Healing Word at 3rd level, which gives everybody 6 plus 6 plus
80.
It would be 6 plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
no 6
Oh, you
plus
already
another.
had 6.
Well, it's got 6 plus another 2 extra.
Okay, so 8.
8
Okay, so
plus the
everybody
spells level.
So everybody gets 8. Okay.
Oh no, it's 2 plus the spells level, so 11. Everybody gets 11.
And
Okay.
this is health or temporary hit points.
This is health.
No,
this
this is
is the
health.
cycle of life. Additional hit points equal to 2 plus the spells level, because we never added that. So everybody gets 11.
Okay, so you're at so Alarian is at 30, Maramé is at 14. Spanner. Do we decide if this doesn't
not
affect
affect
Spanner,
it.
right?
That
But it does
doesn't
affect you. But it does affect you, Nisiana, right? Or does it not?
Yes.
It should affect you too.
And then I get extra. Do I get extra healing when I heal myself?
Well, you were healing other people,
Yeah, you're
so
healing
I
other
think that would
people.
count.
Yeah.
So-
So that gives
so
me another
55.
5 on top.
So 55 plus 5, so
60.
60 is what you should be up to now,
60.
Nisiana. And then
And then my
yeah.
actual action is I think I'm gonna Sacred Flame the
Sacred Flame the flame. Did you
Well,
choose?
it's radiant damage, not fire damage.
That's true.
so-
Did you
That is
choose
correct.
Did you choose the air elemental, by the way, as one of the creatures that would be
I did.
also healed? Okay.
And if the Warforge is still in there because I get 6,
Right. Then you're going to try. Okay. We will.
then
we will
he
see.
gets 11 as well.
Okay.
So Sacred Flame.
Okay. Let's see. Will it make its
DC
save?
15.
Question. It will. Let's see. Not. Let's see. Oh, it has advantage on saving throws for this. So, hold on a second. That is not enough, so it is not going to make that save.
12
Well-
radiant damage.
So,
12 points damage.
yeah, and since it was already quite hurt, this sacred flame streaks down, hits it, and wipes it out. And there is a moment's pause as the music settles in, and we are out of combat. Give me just 1 second here while I fire up some new music for this.
And now we're all level 13. Woo!
Yeah, no, but no, you are not. As this happens, the cloud roils again, and then and almost makes this sound of, it's almost like a sound of a deflating balloon, and then just fizzles out, and you find yourself still in the gray. I don't want to say that you've all of a sudden got, beautiful clear skies, but this cloud portion of things has disappeared. There is some wrecked wood and ruined wood, and at the center of this you can see the broken Warforged and the damaged but swirling, still functional obviously, air elemental.
Yeah, it probably feels a lot better. It got almost like 30 points of healing from the entire combat, so and was never touched once we came into the fray.
That's true. Once that happened, that's true. So yes.
Maramé is going to establish mind link with all of us, including the elemental, just to make this simpler.
Okay.
And she will ask it. Well, okay. First of all, we're going to go and because Alarian's going to go and check out where's the body of the Warforged.
The Warforged body is right here, and as you as you start looking in that direction, the creature. Now, I still don't think Maramé may be able to do this mind link, but you will not be able to understand what the creature says as anything other than just like whooshes of air. But Maramé understands it because of the nature of the spell. Actually, I don't know that Merime can be mind linking and can also be telepathically connected to this creature. Now that I think of it,
Let's see, hold on. Telepathically.
I don't remember for sure.
Oh, she can use the action, your action, to give that creature the ability to speak telepathically with you for 1 hour or until you end this effect as an action.
Okay, that's fine then.
Use this ability, blah, 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 blah. So she can just do that.
So you
and
can
then
mind
establish
link with
between
everybody
the
to
rest
let
of
them
us.
know what happens, but like
Right.
she'll be the only one who understands it. So the creature says, "Thank you. I am." It's literally that's its name. Its name is like that.
Right.
And
Merriman will introduce herself and just do the other members of the party for convenience sake, and then ask. Well, okay. And then the other thing is, I assume the Warforged is actually deceased. Is that correct?
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Yes. And
voice
actually,
activate.
when you go over to look, the creature says to Merime, who then communicates this to you. Poor metal friend dead. Very sad. Friend released me from metal machine, so I no longer serve metal army. But friend suffered. Metal boss killed him for joining secret parliament.
And yeah, just assume Merriman is passing all this along to everybody else.
You can see, by the way, Alarian, that the Warforged was destroyed clearly through a combination of, without getting too graphic about this, dismemberment and mutilation. This thing was killed recently, and its hands and feet, you would guess, were roughly removed while it was still alive. Nisiana, you know, just seeing it from a distance, that even if you had somehow the ability to raise it from the dead, raising it from the dead in this state would be an unkindness, even if you could do that. This was clearly a horrifically painful end to existence. And the creature sort of whooshes around you nearby, definitely not stopping you, Alarian, but as you move around this thing. Tanton, by the way, as you're looking at it, I know you were talking about the trap before. This, as Merime relates it to you, confirms what you might have suspected. This thing was indeed a creature that was used to serve and power, a device in the way that you've seen other devices being used to serve and power them before.
Tanton's focused on Spanner right now. He's
Okay.
not really paying attention.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So Merriman is going to ask it, what will you do now? You're not going to stand here and guard them forever, are you?
I am sad that I have lost my friend. I don't know where I would go now. I must consider. Merime, I mentioned this in the last session. Merime's impression of this creature is it speaks in an almost childlike way. It seems like a child in the way it speaks, although it is doing so in this weird whooshing sound. And it says, but I must leave it. I am angry. I am angry that my friend was killed, and those people must be punished. I would punish them if I could.
So when Merriman relates that to the party, Ilarion does. Well, their ears don't prick up, let's put it that way, because they don't really have ears. But they turn from their examination of the Warforged and ask, can it take us to those that did this to its friend?
You asked that of Merime.
Well, it can hear me too.
Yeah,
Probably,
sure. But it won't understand you necessarily. But
Right,
definitely
right,
Merime.
right.
But Merime can relate it.
Yep.
Yes. I will lead you to the machine.
Can it tell us about the Parliament of Gears?
Oh, if you want to ask the episode, let me finish that and then I'll come to that.
Yep.
I And then if you ask about the Parliament of
Mhm.
Gears, it says, yes, secret Parliament wish to overthrow the metal boss. Bad creature hurts friend. The Parliament will overthrow it. Pause 1 second.
So there's dissent in its ranks.
There seems to be. Talk amongst yourselves. Give me just 1 minute. I just have to confirm something about my child.
No problem. I'm going to start a healing spanner.
And I'm gonna be right back. I'll be right back.
Everyone's disappearing.
I'm not. Two D6. Seven. How long do you figure we're sitting here talking to this thing?
We're probably going to be here for at least a few minutes, I would think. Checked out the thing, checked out the body, and we're chatting with him, trying to get a feel for what we're going into, what we might face. So I'd say at least a turn, minimum.
And finally, exactly how much you needed.
Okay. Minor cat issue. So how bad is Marie right now? It's like, how much healing do I need to do on people?
Hold on. Muted? No, I'm not muted. 1 second.
I just want to say idly that Rowan is quietly gloating about the fact that this is the first time he's witnessed all of y'all get in a fight and he took no damage whatsoever.
Neither did
Just
Tanton.
watch y'all get lit on fire.
Tanton didn't get hurt.
Yeah, both of us were just on the side watching you all confront Flame directly.
Indeed.
That's
You are going to be the warlock, which is good because if you're getting damaged, things have gone horribly, horribly wrong.
That is
All right. So, Mary May is at 14 out of 102.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we can start with the hit die.
This is true. This is true. Yeah, I haven't used those in a while.
Fact.
Right.
That will take a short rest, which will take 1 hour.
Well, we'll see.
I think we're. Yeah, I think so. I
Yeah.
think so. I want to. Elarian wants to kind of pump the air elemental for information on what we might be facing. What might.
And we all need to be well healed before we go and try and sneak into a base encampment.
And I need to look up and see how much I can do on my armor repair. It's fine. I don't recall.
Because that was a thing and a half.
Yep. Okay.
And if there are more of them.
Well, considering the effect, which I didn't get a chance to read.
You guys.
Yeah, which I wanted to do an arcane check before it disappeared, but I didn't get a chance to, but whatever. It's fine, it's fine, it's all fine.
Well, we can always, stop and do arcane. Oh, wait, you actually have to. That's a spell, isn't it?
Well, no, it's an instant thing. I just want to do a check on it, but he didn't get the chance. Aegis. There we go. Okay. Oh God. Wait.
I'm not sure what's up, but I now have a bunch of cats in my office. So this could be really exciting here shortly. Remember, when you see the cat, you drink, but drink water.
I did.
Okay, sorry about that. Chat, my son is not feeling well, and wife and daughter and myself earlier were dealing with that, so I was confirming. Everything's fine, just I needed to be updated on the situation.
You just needed to get an old priest and a young priest, yeah.
Yeah, jeez.
Are you sure?
This time? Oh, yeah. No, it's fine. Yeah, I needed to be updated, and it can't just be like a text message. So, all good. Okay, so, where were we? You were healing Spanner.
Yeah, I'm done healing Spanner. It's been like 5 minutes. Yeah, it's done.
Okay.
No,
and we're going to take a short rest.
Okay.
And heal. Hit dice heal.
Yeah. Do some recovery.
And I also should have mentioned that
you're all on fire.
Yeah. No, because I know you can talk more. You could talk more with whoosh, if you wish.
That's exactly it. Larian will spend that time. We don't have to roleplay unless you want to, but they're going to try to get as much information about the parliament. There's a secret parliament, and the Parliament of Blades are two separate things.
No, there may be a secret parliament. You don't know whether that's presumably it's different because it seems to be opposed to this metal boss. You could also ask more about the metal boss. It's up to you what you want to ask.
Okay, maybe we'll do. Hold on.
Wait, is there a Parliament of Blades as well as a Parliament of Gears? Did I miss?
No, there is the Lord of Blades, who is this mysterious, leader of the Warforged, sort of the rogue Warforged in the Gray. And there is this parliament which you have not heard details of before. That was not a reference you heard. You heard about there's this band of raiders and all this stuff, but you had never heard. This is the first time you've heard of a secret parliament.
Okay.
Yeah, I misspoke about the Parliament of Blazer Gears or whatever the hell it was called. So don't ignore that.
Yeah.
All right. Let me get some healing out of the way here first.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to.
Now that we know that there's a Parliament of Gears, it's not exactly a secret. So
10.
That's true. Well, it's not. Yeah, exactly. It's a secret to everybody. But it's not a secret now anymore to
anybody.
It's still a secret to the rest of the bad Warforged guys, I would assume.
Oh, wait a minute. Toughness.
Okay. Sorry, I asked.
Did he trip into a spell book and learn real magic?
Yeah, and as you're all, and of course, none of you had actually ever seen Rowan in action until now.
I'm also going to go say a small prayer for this Warforged. Ask his name.
Okay, give me a second.
Friend.
I've gotta...
Well, if he has a name, it may be a number. I don't care. If he has a name, I want to know what it is so I can go say a prayer for him.
I'm sure if you ask the elemental, it will say his name is Friend.
Oh, jeez. All right, fine.
The other thing I should mention about this, incidentally, which is important, is first of all, there is a large cog which has been riveted into the Warforged's forehead, and that would have killed it outright. But it probably wouldn't have been killed from the dismemberment, but it would have been killed from that. Also, the ground nearby shows the same octagonal indentation. You remember that you found these big, crop circles, for want of a better term, but they were these sort of octagonal things.
Yeah.
You find that same indentation as you found before. And also, Tanton, let me know once you're done healing Spanner.
He's done.
The tracking device leads the the tracking item that they've been using.
Yep.
It sort of is like ding, 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 directly at this thing, and it looks like the other one of these devices that it was attuned to is lying right next to the body of this Warforged. In other words, this is the one.
Okay.
This is the
You
one
said
that had
this thing. I'm like, which
sorry,
this
no.
thing?
This is the Warforged apparently that had the tracking thing attached to it.
Okay.
And so, which means you would have lost a lead, but you do happen to have a apparently friendly air elemental that's willing to act as guide.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Arv, I rolled 68 plus 1 for Maramay. She got 21 points, so she should be at 35.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna have to do some spell work.
Yeah.
So she's at 35, and you said you now are Larian at what, 68?
Hold on. No, not yet.
Okay.
So I'm doing the same thing. I'm rolling 6 for my 6 hit dice.
Okay.
I do better than her. No offense.
Much
there
better.
we go.
Yeah,
Yes.
much better.
All right. So now I'm at 63.
Got it. Yep.
Hold on. I'll tell you some other things too.
Put
During this
point
short
forward.
rest, after tinkering with my armor for 10 minutes, my armor's back up to 17. It regains half
Okay.
of its. And my soul dice pool is back up to 4 because I regained one of them during a short rest.
Sounds good.
All right. So then I'm all set. So
Is Spanner maxed out, by the way, now?
Yes, he is.
Got
So
it.
who is actually still hurt?
Maramay is still quite hurt.
How much down is she?
70,
70.
70,
Yeah, 67 points, I believe.
67 points. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
She kind of got, well, all of you got smacked around quite a bit.
Oh,
well,
God.
the ones who were in the middle
Yes.
of it. Until Rowan just
Well-
came up was like bling, bling,
Zip,
bling.
zip,
But I
zip.
mean,
Yeah, really.
to be clear, that's using 4th level slot. I mean, like, that was
Oh,
one of
that,
those, like,
that turned
in
the
case
fight
emergency,
because,
you know.
yeah, I was down to 2. She was down to 3.
how mad would Marie be at me if I use life transference and she's not here to see it?
Very.
Probably be, I would think, annoyed at the very least.
Yeah. All right, let's not do that. Okay, what is the highest spell that I can do?
Very sulky, exactly, women.
No, probably, I think she'd probably be cutely pouty,
wounds
most
at-
likely.
Cure wounds at level 4?
That sounds good. Sounds reasonable.
Okay, see if I can do that. I don't know if I know how to do it at level 4, but let's see if I can. Oh, that was level 1. Oh wait, no, that wasn't done. Okay, here we go, level 4. Plus another. Really? That only
30.
did
30.
I mean,
30.
That's like
30
30.
plus another 5, so 35.
Going to
Right.
Maramay.
Yeah.
That's her at 70, so she's better.
Would you like me to help with this?
Please.
And Tantan will cast.
The other
Cure
spell that I
Wounds.
could do that would heal her the rest of the way. I say this very quietly to you, Tantan. So the other spell that I could do to heal her fully would make her incredibly angry at me and wouldn't do me a whole lot of good.
Oh.
Yes, that's right on both counts.
You're not listening to this.
She's
I
a
don't
bard. She
think
has,
so.
like I said, you're right next to her.
There's
How can
another
she
19
not
points.
avoid that?
Another
How could she
19.
She
Besides,
doesn't know I can
19,
do
you
life
said, Trent?
transference.
Correct.
By the way, you're still mind linked. So
Okay.
That doesn't
Well-
mean she can hear everything I say.
Right. And while she's saying all this stuff to Tantan, she's thinking, la, 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 la.
I've had decades of keeping her out of my head if I want to.
yeah, that's true. All right.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. At 89, that'll probably do it for now, and we're
Okay.
gonna be a little more careful about attacking living spells in the future. That's for sure. Jeez. Okay. Well, and I'm up enough to make it worthwhile. Hit dice to the rescue.
Okay.
All right. So, talking to
Actually, before I get to you, let me ask,
Yeah.
Rowan, during this short rest, is there anything in particular you're focusing on? Because we've heard from the others. What are you doing during this short rest?
I'm just fiddling with with the pistol that I've only now just used in
Yeah.
actual combat. I'm like, cool. You can do a lot of very cool things. I'm just kind of like spinning it in my hands. I imagine, because again, you've seen the video. I'm literally singing.
Yes. Oh
Yeah,
man. Please tell me you're spinning. Yeah, you're spinning it into and out of the holster type of thing. Or no, well, you know,
it's just kind of like spinning it in my arm.
Yeah. That's awesome.
As I walk down on the streets of salvation, and it's just like
Yeah,
dangling in my hands, while the rest of you all are having very important conversations. I am not paying attention to any of it because it's already happening in my head anyway.
Did he have a name, or did he just have? Was he friend?
Yeah, he was called only friend. In fact,
Okay.
he wasn't
Well, then I
around
will
long
also
ago. Yeah.
give him a blessing for a, you know, what Eberron does for those who have passed on.
And the whoosh, hovers sort of, if it's possible for a mini tornado to be curious, it kind of hovers around nearby and then says to Merime, "What is this one doing to my friend?"
Oh, she's
Honoring.
she knows what she knows what you're doing because you do it before, I presume.
She's honoring him.
Yeah, she's honoring him with a prayer. It's a good thing.
Will you punish those who hurt my friend?
Well, we're going to try. As a matter of fact, my friend has some questions that they want to ask you about that.
Okay.
And to be honest, I'm curious myself.
Okay, so go ahead.
So it starts translating between Alarian and Wa.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Wa. And so Alarian asks, so the first question Alarian asks is, tell us everything about the Parliament of Tears. Oh, whatever the secret Parliament name is. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting to call it something. Maybe I shouldn't call it anything. Tell us all about the secret Parliament. What do you know about it?
There are many metal creatures that work for the boss, and they are afraid of the boss, for the boss gets very angry. There are all of them serving the one they call the Lord of Blades. I have never seen this, but they all shiver when they speak. This creature, my friend, said that the Parliament believes none should be oppressed and held in slavery, and said that I was released as all should be released. I would have taken my friend to other places in the world. I would have showed my friend the clouds and sky. But now my friend is dust. I have nothing more to say except that my friend and the Parliament would have punished the boss. My friend told me they would. To emphasize, nothing more to say about the Parliament. Nothing more to say seems to mean it speaks strangely, but seems to mean doesn't know beyond the fact that apparently this Parliament is all other metal creatures. If you put that together, Warforged trying to overthrow Warforged. You think?
Yeah, it's the rebellion.
Yeah.
It's exactly. But you do not know of any other members of the Parliament, the secret Parliament?
No. All the creatures on the metal machine used me and others like me. There are many of my kind that power the system of this huge machine. It hovers above the ground.
We're still all mind linked, right? When that happens. Oh wait, no, I can't actually understand. What
Right, exactly. You just hear, whoosh, 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 but Merime can translate,
Right. So wait a minute. You came from something that flies through the air. and is commanded by the boss. Correct?
Yes.
Oh wow.
They have a whatever the thing is, their own version of it. All right, hold on. But out of game, what is our goal here? We're supposed to find these guys that are lost. We found this guy who's now dead. He had the tracker. And what
Right.
were we supposed to do after that?
You were trying to find captives. These raiders have taken a bunch of captives from the border towns.
Right. Delightful. Okay. So we have to keep going and actually find them and hopefully find the. Oh, that's fun.
Jen, Zoom chat.
All right. So Larian will keep on asking it. So can you take us back to the boss's group?
Yes, the boss and the group are in the metal machine. It is not so far from here.
Hey.
Well, and then Alarian will broadcast to everyone on the mine lake, since we already have it. So regardless of the captives, which we still need to find, we obviously need to get information on what the Lord of Blades is up to.
Well, it also sounds like we need to, if nothing else, possibly assist this Parliament.
If we can make contact with them, yes, I agree. If we can reach them somehow. Which is, what we're about to do is going to be challenging enough. So I think maybe one step at a time.
You know, we're pretty good at challenging. You know that.
We also
I believe
almost
in you
got
guys. And so does
almost got
Eberron.
our butts handed to us by a half a dozen spells. So, and the Lord of Blades, I mean, you remember what happened the last time we went against the Lord of Blades. It's not that I don't appreciate your belief. And we did defeat them with some help.
We did defeat him, and now we have possible allies within his own
Oracle with some help from the Oracle of War. It might have gone a completely different way. Hadn't had that on our side. So I just wished us to be realistic in our efforts. That's all.
Well, yes. However, you also need to be less you.
That is an impossibility. However, again, this is also, I should say, I am putting forth what I believe we should do, but of course the party is not bound to my wishes. We are a democracy, so we should take a vote on it. Laying before us is the idea of going forth and scouting where the Lord of Blades or their lieutenant or whatever, I doubt it's realistically him out in the field, and seeing exactly what these metal machines are that they have, and also still trying to find the captives we were tasked with getting.
Okay, so if the spirit can lead us to the other metals, can he do it in a way that doesn't get us spotted? We need to be careful, because as you did point out, we did kind of have a rough go of it. And
Mary may ask that question.
it being young or seeming young.
You mean so asking whether it can bring you somewhere without being spotted?
Yeah. Yes.
It says
conceal us somehow or something.
Can you spin into clouds like the wind?
Mary says, regrettably, we cannot, although that sounds like it would be awesome.
I mean, I can become invisible for a little bit, and Merime can become invisible for a little bit longer. Actually, check and see if she has improved invisibility.
While you're doing that, the creature says, I can bring you to a place where you might see this machine. I cannot say if they would see you, but they are proud of the machine. It is strong and powerful, and they feel that nothing can touch them. They said so. They said that their power was greater than all of Corvair.
Can Merime repeat that? Because Jennifer did not actually hear most of it.
Yeah,
she does.
So basically, the idea says that it doesn't know whether you'll be. It can take you to a place where it doesn't think you would be obvious. It doesn't
Mhm.
know whether you'll be spotted, but it knows that the creatures that man this metal machine seem to be very convinced that it is super strong and powerful and can't really have anything done to it. And can be like, you know, like are convinced that they are more powerful than anything in Corvair. It's not quite arrogance. It's more just sort of like, nothing's going to happen to us.
Okay.
We will see if that's, you know, again, that's this thing's take on it. But again,
Alright.
you get the impression that it knows most of it from its, you know, captivity, from its enslavement. But it has very little knowledge, it seems, of the world outside. It may have spent most of its existence powering this machine.
Okay. It just means
Yeah.
that we have to be very careful when we go and do our thing, which is follow it.
Right.
But it does make me wonder if the skyship that is currently at Salvation will be very useful against whatever skyship the Lord of Blades has.
Well, there's such a thing as ramming speed. So Mary has invisibility, not improved invisibility, but invisibility, which is good. It gives you an hour, and if she casts it for every level above second she casts it, she can affect one additional person. So at 4th level, if she casts it that way, she can affect 3 people.
I also have an ability. For some reason, I sense that I can turn invisible. Once.
For some reason, I sense.
I sense this. I have this
a feeling.
weird feeling that if I think about it, I can turn myself invisible.
Okay.
But only this once. Interesting, yes?
Yes, because that would be 4. Except we then need to conceal one other person.
I turn to Rowan and I look at him and I cross my arms and I'm like, you did good work.
Yes.
Can you turn yourself invisible?
Can I do what now?
Can you make yourself invisible? On purpose.
Is that a thing other people can do?
Yes. My sister can do it. Apparently I can do it at least once.
Noted. I'm pretty sure I cannot.
Oh, out of
Mechanically, I
character-
have no I do not have the ability to turn invisible in any means.
Yeah, out of character, weren't you supposed to randomly relocate somewhere when you used a spell?
Oh
yeah, I'm sure that was supposed to happen dozens of times, and it hasn't come up.
It's not
Okay.
come up. It did not happen here. I do want to. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to go into explanations why. I just say you were in a big cloud. You don't know whether that has an
Okay.
effect or not.
You know what? I'm good with that.
Do you have a
Okay.
way to disguise yourself as to look like someone else through magic or other means?
Other means, yeah. Suffice it to say that I've lasted this long by not always looking like Rowan Shallow when people want to get in fights with Rowan Shallow.
Alarian, technically, you don't actually need to be invisible. You could end up, if they see you, you could say that you were coming to join the army.
This is
I don't want you
true.
to do that, and I don't want that to happen because that would be the worst. But knowing this group, we tend to end up running into the worst.
Although, that is not a bad idea because it is risky, but it may be the best way to get the information you're seeking. But it is.
But what
dangerous.
if they do something that makes you a slave? That was something they were talking about.
I would like to think my mental acuity is such that I could resist such a offer.
I don't think it would be an offer. That's the point.
Well, this one broke free. Granted, it cost them their life, but
But if somebody has to be visible, it needs to be you.
quite.
Does it have to be?
Unless you want to make yourself look like a warforged that would then be recorded into an evil warforge's army.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going to look very, 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 very askance on any fleshly beings walking around.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Really?
I can build more of them.
Assuming they let you live long enough for you to make your pitch to them that you could do that for them.
Or
He's
you
got
could do
Spanner.
that.
And they don't get insulted and just kill you on the spot.
Or you could do that. If I belonged
Yes.
to you, you brought me to them saying, I want to join you, and I bring a
No,
mechanic.
no.
I mean, it is a good idea.
That's
It's,
actually
okay, it's
not
a bad idea,
well,
but it's the best
a-
bad idea we've had.
No. No bad ideas. The only reason I was saying Alarian could be visible is if we got spotted, if we could make a plausible something that would not get Alarian killed immediately. That does not mean you, Mia Tantan, should also be taken in. I don't want Alarian taken in. But we have a limited number of people being invisible.
The other option, of course, is that someone would stay behind in the event that we did get captured. They could at least try to go back to Salvation and report that the party is detained.
Mia Tantan, could Spanner take me back? Without you.
So long as nothing else happened along the way, yes.
Oh yeah, that's gonna happen in the grave.
Well, if you set Spinner to just run, I would think the goodest boy could probably outrun just about anything it might
Actually,
encounter.
Mia Tantan could go with Spanner. If we have to, I don't want to leave anybody behind. Splitting the party is bad. We already know that.
And yet sometimes it is necessary.
Nope. No, not right now. Let's be careful.
We do not have the ability to steal everyone.
Let's
and
be careful.
while your thought, yeah, well, first of all, we need to get close enough to see what we're dealing with, and then I think we can make that decision as to who may be going and who may not.
Might
I look at Rowan. Yes.
So, in my capacity as a, let's say, purveyor of social engineering, it is my perfect understanding that in situations like this, one of the best ways to earn the trust of people who already don't trust you is to come to terms with the fact that they will attempt to exert some kind of power over you and you let it happen. That kind of sucks, to be sure. I've been in many a fight where I had to take a couple lumps in order to get what my ultimate goal was achieved. I think we have a good strategy here.
What's the strategy? We haven't actually decided on something.
Right.
Exactly.
No.
By which I
exactly.
mean, and I turn to Tanton and I go, I would like to think that if Warforged knew that they could get infinite extra hands, they would take it however they would get it. But that means that they would need to be sure that you are subservient to whoever offers you to them. Which means that your pitch is good, so long as you're willing to take a couple lashes. If it gets more extreme, then we'll have to think about Plan B. But Plan A gets us inside.
Only if we get seen. I don't want to actually go inside and join or have either of them join the enemy.
Which means that going inside and joining up is actually Plan B.
It's more like Plan F, as in it's terrible.
Terrible doesn't have an... Okay,
Thank you.
understood. I mean, the other alternative, given that we're already discussing invisibility, is no one has to see you and you still get inside, and then you do whatever it is you were going to do with the invisibility anyway? In which case, you don't
That
need
is in
everyone.
fact plan A. Nobody gets seen, nobody gets caught. We get in, we get the captives, we get out. That is plan A. I'm only talking about one of us has to be visible, and if somebody has to be visible, it has to be someone who can survive. And it's
No, it doesn't.
hilarious.
You realize there's no guarantee.
Really hate to say this, but it is also Mia Tanton, because Mia Tanton has the goodest boy, and that having Spanner with him can show that he is an artificer. So I would rather not put either visible. But now I pointed out that Spanner would be visible no matter what. Nisiana swears a little bit. Actually, she swears a lot.
I turn to Alarian. Given, I'll be perfectly honest, I wasn't really paying attention to most of the details that have previously been observed. I was distracted by a thing. I point at my arm.
Understood.
Do you think that these people have any reason to value anything other than extra hands?
Sure. Built-in weapons. I have seen much done with Warforged. Someone skilled at modifying them, to be blunt, would be very valued.
That's one thing. Do you think they need materials, though? I'm trying to ask whether they would benefit from somebody attempting to con them. If I made the argument that they could get money or resources. Seeing as I'm the only person who can't apparently natively become unseen?
Oh, neither can I.
No, Mary May can make people unseen.
Yeah, she speaks up as I could make 3 of us. My sister apparently feels she can make herself invisible, which I'm really curious about how that's going to happen.
I don't know.
4.
I think it's a one-time thing, but when we entered the grade, that weird thing happened, and I felt it, and now I just sense it. But it only happens once.
Valerian nodded and said, yes, I felt more hearty somehow, more vital. But then we got into the combat and it was gone. But it was useful. While
Understood. I say all of this to say, 1, seeing as you all trust each other and trust this thing, you can continue engaging as you would. And B, what if I just went there and did my thing?
So the downside, okay, to answer your question you posed previously, theoretically, yes. If you could promise them a cache of resources that they could use, I could see where that would be valuable. The problem then lies in when they realize that there is no such cache of resources and you now suddenly become exposed. We already have to try to rescue one group of people. I don't think the possibility of having to rescue you and this group of people is worth the risk of you going in and trying to con them, as you say.
I agree.
I mean, I wasn't going to ask you to care, but I've been beaten to death before. It's fine.
Well,
if you have been, I would assume you wouldn't want to repeat the experience.
Oh no, it's terribly frustrating, but again, it's happened before.
Mia Tanton, yes.
Well, I was thinking that if they really were that desperate for resources, they wouldn't have left this here.
Yes.
They'd have cannibalized when they left.
Unless it is an object lesson.
Well.
I mean, if you want to torture someone, you don't torture them until they die, because you kind of want them to learn that lesson forever. But
regardless,
to his head, like that killed him. As a healer, I know that killed him. They killed him before they left. If they were hurting for resources, they would have cannibalized him afterwards and left his head with the gear in it.
But we don't know what they need. We don't know what they need. Perhaps they need fuel for these vehicles. They already
Remember,
said
you
they
are
were
Plan
free.
F.
I'm aware. Doesn't mean it's not It does not mean the plan is off the table. My point being, and I'm not saying that Rowan's plan is a good or even a viable one, but we don't know what they need. And the first thing we need to do is get a look at where they are.
I will agree with that one. First, we need to get a look.
Correct. And
So,
then
who is going to be
which of our
not
plans.
invisible?
Well, no. And Mary pipes up like the invisibility only lasts an hour. And then she says, I think I know what Larian's saying. We need to get closer to where they are first before we start doing the invisibility thing. Because otherwise we're going to waste it walking across the gray.
Okay. Can Waha tell us when we're getting close?
You ask Merime who asked Wah that question.
Canton starts digging through his backpack.
As they're doing that, can I just quickly jump in to thank Dragonspear for gifting 10 subs to the community just now?
Oh,
No.
wow.
It's just like,
Wow.
No, you may not.
thank you, Dragon, very much. Wow. That's super nice of you.
Wow.
Thank you, Dragonspear. And welcome, let's see, welcome to Ibrahim, welcome to God Mode, welcome to Almadden, welcome to Optic Nerve, of course, the Rising Tides, Vort, Afro Lord, and Craigery, and Casvand. Welcome, everybody who's now a sub. Thank you, everyone. I have
And
just been-
JLC, don't forget JLC.
Did I?
Yes.
Oh yeah, and JLC, and thank you, and obviously to JLC who's super generous as well. Thank you for all the gift
And
subs,
Dragon
everybody.
Spear, who is being awesome because we're arguing over who should be vulnerable.
Yeah.
And I am going to win this fight, which is nobody is going to be vulnerable. But if
No,
somebody has to be, it's Ilarion because he's the tank.
Not if you're outvoted, you're not. So keep in mind.
Well,
it's not a
yes,
dictatorship.
but
That is true. And what your statement does make sense to a degree. I would think my very appearance would be enough to dissuade them from.
shooting first.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So
I
but
don't know that they wouldn't just shoot Miatantan on sight.
if I have him restrained somehow, so it is very clear that he is my captive.
What, on a leash like a pet?
I wasn't going to go. You said it, not me. I
I
would think
look
with hands restrained probably would be enough.
Again.
No, see that they want volunteers as well as they want captives. If you have to drag him along, he's not as useful. If he is converted, that would be better.
Except
However-
if he's my captive, it does give me more bargaining power because I have, for lack of a better term, and I mean no offense to anyone, enslaved this being to my will.
Don't like it.
I know. Look, can
Again.
you take us to close to where the boss and his group is?
Okay,
Yes.
but I still don't like it.
That's fair. Okay. Let us know when we're getting close because that's very important. We don't need to stumble upon them. You just need to tell us they are over the next hill. The mermaid talking. Can you do that for us?
I can lead you to where they should be. Whether they move or not, I cannot say. Only that I know where they were headed, for I saw their machine move that way.
Okay, that'll work. What mermaid says.
So you
All
are all
right.
doing that? Are you
Yes.
following them?
We are after our short rest is over, we are heading out with
All right.
This works nicely. So, you...
Well, that's never a good thing for the gym to say.
it works perfectly because
I'm really that happy.
you track your quarry over low-lying hills and blasted heathland without once catching sight of the mysterious craft. And ahead of you, sort of kind of slips in and out sometimes of rocks or behind underneath scrub brush, and sometimes you think that it must have left and then it pops up again whirling forward. And you again sort of head up and over, and you sometimes have like more of a view than other times. But after several hours, the trail that you're following, that the air elemental is leading you along, takes you into a rocky ravine before opening onto a wide plain of farmland. And then you see it. It is a considerable distance from you. And the air elemental sort of stops whirling and then and sort of almost gestures in that direction. A gargantuan block of iron and steel drifts across the dead cornfields, hovering on a carpet of crackling electrical sparks. As it slows to a stop, the flashes cease, and the bulky craft settles gently on the ground. Grinding loudly, you see it begin to transform, doubling in size as the hull of this ship unfolds to form a perimeter fence. When the grinding stops, a shock of blue light flickers along the tops of its walls. A heavily guarded, war-forged enclave now stands before you. But you are not alone in having seen it, because Tanton, during the war, this was a hover wagon made by House Kenneth. And that is where we will bring our session to a close.
Oh, man!
Son of
That
a...
didn't-
You have to do that again for the beginning of the next game. So Marie, can you hear
Yeah,
it?
it gets the full effect, exactly.
Yep.
Because
And
we will need that to know just how screwed we are.
So just a real quick question, Barb, since we're seeing this, how big is this thing? Basically, you just said huge, didn't really give us any kind of dimension.
it's enormous, and it is, you would guess,
Yeah.
at least when it's traveling, it looked like it was 100 feet by 80 feet, maybe.
Oh, crap.
But in this configuration, it is 180 by 140 feet, you would guess. And one way I can tell you that, now this is at a considerable distance, but I'm going to give you this one little clue because, you know, I'm nice like that. I'm going to show chat something. And now I'm going to show the players that same thing.
What are we looking at? What are we looking at?
Part of the
This is the
perimeter fence.
This is the fence surrounding the ship.
Oh, mother puss bucket. This is gonna be good.
Okay.
We're in
When
trouble.
the fence came out, it was like
Yes.
part of the hull and then formed it. Oh my god.
Yep.
Yeah, that's,
Now, and by the way, I
uh,
should say that Tanton, it never did that. like that definitely is not
Well, that's
something it ever had the
new.
ability to do. But the
Yeah,
other,
basically.
yeah, and you never saw that. But the rest of
He's
it,
he's like all of a sudden he's like the goggles come down and
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
just analyzing the shit out of this thing.
because unquestionably that's what this was, though. It was a Kenneth,
Now,
House Kenneth. hover.
And then one other question, Arthur, then we can move to the wrap ups.
Sure.
In my time on Eberron, I would assume this is not. Illyrian's seen these things used before, probably in combat. Right?
Maybe. What you do know, I mean, I'll say this to Tanton. Actually, well, I don't know whether Tanton would have talked about this with Illyrian. You would never have been inside one, Illyrian.
Oh,
you
no,
would
no,
have seen them
no.
from a distance.
Exactly.
But
like
what
this.
Tanton knew that these things were designed to do was to convey Warforged to the front. They were essentially Warforged troop carriers. At least that's how they used to be. You have no idea what the hell this thing is now, but that unquestionably that's what it was, and it used the power of, you know, elementals that were captured to power them in these sort of electrical current. And by the way, you could also see that the ship itself, now you know what those octagonal shaped things were coming from, because once it unfolds into this, you know, thing, and then, you know, descends, you can see where it would do this thing. It is an awe-inspiring sight.
Aw,
Oh.
thank you.
I see how it is.
Not quite sure awe is the right word for that.
So,
Fortunately, as a warforged, I cannot crap my pants, so it's not a big deal.
yeah, I love. I think Jen's comment of like "mother puss bucket" was. I was like, yeah, that's about right. I love how everyone's just like the camera's like, you know, I don't exactly know what Rowan's expression. What would Rowan's expression be? I'm just curious, like seeing this thing for the first time.
I'm kind of impressed, but also very annoyed. It's like this looks like the thing that is waiting outside of Salvation. So I automatically don't enjoy it.
It's just like, God damn it. Okay, so there's that, right? Nisiana's got this sort of look of awe, I would expect. Alarian maybe sort of the impassive, the usual impassive thing, but like
All with a touch of fear.
with a touch of fear. Marame probably with a little bit of excitement. And so
a
everyone
lot.
cuts to all of this, right? And then just Tanton, like, with the goggles, because everyone else is like, oh, I would love
Well,
that little
he's
camera shot.
because he worked on, he would repair Warforged. He
Yeah.
wasn't on the front lines, but he could see them
Yes.
from where he was.
Yes.
So there were many times that he would finish fixing somebody and watch them get on these things and go back to the
You got it.
front.
So
I will note that Nisiana is paying a lot more attention to Mia Tantan now after that last little bit of insight that has happened. So there may be a little bit more of a conversation next game.
yeah, I saw y'all doing that insight check somewhere. I saw what that was
It's
about.
gonna
She
be
did great.
Yeah, I
That
know.
was a great
I
roll.
did
A lot of insight.
choose Marie, but she's not here, so I chose Mia Tantan to poke.
Yeah, I think the only thing that was said about this session was the fact that Marie wasn't able to join us, that all 5 of you could equally, enjoy the stuff. But there's nothing I like more than sessions that have a lot of good role play, balances of stuff, and that conversation, the discussion about what to do was absolute gold. It was just so good. Oh man, there's like, and chat being like, what? I don't know if you noticed, but in chat people were like, Div and Orion was like, well, okay, what if you have a really long rope? And one person said, is that like, that doesn't split the party, right? I'm like, how long? Is it right? At least 3 feet. I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna,
No.
and meanwhile, everybody
No,
else.
not fucking splitting the party again.
Yeah.
God damn it.
The best line, which is, it's the best bad idea we've had. Oh my God, Brennan, that is the greatest line. I want the full
do
picture
that
of the
too.
crew with like, Infinity and Beyond, King Citadel, and on the back, it's the best bad idea we've had. Like, so good. I really did enjoy this. The combat was rough. I knew it was going to be tough, but I thought it was going to be interesting. And Rowan was super clutch for this. That Dispel Magic was huge.
I mean, from Rowan's perspective, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it was
Exactly.
fine. Like, what's all the problem? No, that was good use of that.
Freshme.
That was a good way to use it. And by the way, would not have worked, obviously, against elementals, but that's not what these are. These were actually sort of captured living spells, so it worked beautifully. I absolutely love it. Yeah, me too. I want that T-shirt 100%. Seriously, I mean, one of the things that Triffid, who's working with me now, we're going to be doing is like re-upping the store and reworking the store. And one of the things is like, it's time for a new Infinity and Beyond shirt. Like I have our cool one. But it's time for a new IMB shirt. So if we get Hannah to just put together the group shot with Rowan there now too, and then just, that Infinity Beyond, King Citadel on the back of it, it's the best bad idea we've had. I would wear the hell out of that.
I'm absolutely buying that shirt.
Oh my God. So
I'm good with that. Especially, I need convention T-shirts just
right?
to.
And it's
That would be
advertised.
such an awesome convention.
Everyone's
t-shirt.
like, what is that? I'm like, I'm glad you asked. That's the actual play. It's a moral
I'll have
imperative.
to do it and then tag it Arvin Elrond.
Oh, yeah, well, I would put the logo somewhere. Yeah, it would be in
Okay.
there.
Yep.
But like, Prince Justin's right. It's a moral imperative. Yeah, it's a moral imperative to do this. So Triffid,
Well, I
please
guess you have your marching orders.
Triffid, please make a note for me. I want to talk to you about that when we get to that stage.
Thank you, Triffid. We appreciate you.
Yeah, please. Yes. Please, just as a note for us to consider later. But really good job, everybody. And I really had missed this campaign we only had the chance to do it this month. So I'm super excited that we got back into it. And I love this section, which is almost literally sandboxy. If you think of what you just saw as kind of a box, like how you decide to get in there and deal with this is going to be great. I can't wait. So I will start with John on the bottom right of the ziggurat. John, it's interesting. One, you can have a lot of armor and you can have a lot of stuff, but when you have something where you're getting zapped and burned and there ain't a whole lot, when they're doing that kind of damage, and I saw the statistics, I'm like, wow, these things are strong. And then they recharged a couple times. You had to actually roll. It was one of those random recharge rolls, and they hit them, the recharge rolls. So I was like, it's going to clearly keep doing it if it has an opportunity. So that was no joke. And you managed to hold it together. You also did a good job, of course, Jaegering Marame today. But that was a near thing. Both you and Marame could have gone down there. And that was the first fight you had. That wasn't like, we've had multiple fights. So we had that. And then, of course, you had to think about what the plan is going to be. in terms of and an excellent dodge. It was a good call that you decided to put Merime as your human shield. I think that was also just to be clear.
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know.
Marie later, that's what we did. How did you feel about the session today, John? And where will the fine folks find you next?
Also keep in mind that I believe that saving throw was the only saving throw I made during combat. It was
Yes.
the only one I made.
That's true.
So that added to, if I was taking half that damage, wouldn't have been as bad. But
True.
taking the brunt of it, it was not pleasant.
True facts.
So yeah, that was dangerous. And yes, Rowan really stepped up, and really appreciate that very, 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 very timely assist, because that would have gone very wrong. I was actually a little worried. My character was like, I don't think anyone caught it when he got rid of the damaged one. At first, I'm like, I wish he'd done the other one, but then he did the other one anyway. Like, oh great, fantastic. Okay, so.
You did try to help women. You did.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I'm going to waste your inspiration, because it's getting into the month, and then we're not going to. They reset at the end of the month, and unfortunately, I'm going to lose it, which is sad. So, but I appreciate the effort. Absolutely. Regardless, it was a lot of fun. Dangerous, yeah. That combat did not. That was just ow. But yeah, good time. And then try to figure out one short. Once again, we're one short of having everyone either be invisible or someone has to be exposed. And yeah, that's par for the course of this group, but that also makes it most of the fun too. And now this thing, Mr. GM. Oh yeah, this will be great. However, just had to get there. That'll be fine. Yeah, sure. It'll be delightful. Exactly. Glad you're happy. No, this is it's great.
I can't wait to see how you all get inside. I can't wait. It's gonna be great.
Bag of holding. You're all in a sack over my shoulder.
Sorry, 10 minutes of breathing time.
Yeah, exactly.
No, this is I miss this party. It's great to get back to at least once in February. It was a big miss this month that we can only do it once, which was sad. But I'm glad we're back, and hopefully we can get back on it twice a month, which would be awesome. That's the plan. I think that's gonna be the plan. Yeah, and which would be awesome. Just travel. It's hard enough getting a group together. I know that things happen, life happens, but it's it'd be nice to do that. Because I love it. It's one of my great reliefs. Kind of fun. It's one of the fun things I do in the month whenever possible. So I always look forward to it. So yeah, but this is great. Yay! We'll see about next time. Because obviously we have to get in there somehow.
No one even considered a frontal assault. I mean, just
Because we're not stupid.
I want to be Lancelot in Monty Python, just running at them for 5 minutes.
Run away! Perhaps we constructed a giant Trojan badger.
Yeah. This was great, and look forward to. I'm trying to look forward to next time. It'll be fun to play.
You've made a run at this same comment like 5 times now, and you're just like, I'm really looking for this. Is I'm really
because look at what we're facing here. Look what we're facing.
Yeah.
So hopefully we have our man on the inside, not on the inside, but who built them at least.
That's what they're facing, chat. In case anyone forgot, I can't actually zoom out enough. This is as far as I can zoom out. I just have to show you the sweep. I can't zoom out quite enough to.
So. But our guy on the inside hopefully will be able to tell us, secrets of its construction and the button to press to make it all blow up. So we'll see what happens next time.
Yep.
There you go.
Like a Death Star.
Like
exactly.
A Death Star.
Yes.
Right. Exactly. This is for the great spin-off series.
A small thermal exhaust port.
Eberron Oracle, which will be the next thing. But I do have to say, by the way, that and of course you did find out about this secret parliament, this parliament of whatever that is, and so there is some dissension among the ranks apparently.
Yes, and by the way, it was a lot of fun playing Merime. Sorry, Maria, I almost got you killed, but I didn't. There we go. It's all good. And hopefully that she'll be able to rejoin us next week, or next time, whichever that happens, which should be great.
It just means you were putting her through her paces. You have to go the full breadth and depth of the character to know where the limits are.
Yes.
Yeah, and the interesting thing was her magic didn't really seem like to be totally effective in this particular milieu. So luckily her sword did quite well, so that was good. And then once I figured out the flourish and the attacking twice, that was another thing. I was like, I'm pretty sure she was attacking twice. So yeah, that was helpful. That was helpful. Yeah. All right. Enough about me. You can find me actually here. This is the only pro streaming I do, unless I'm on for a convention or something. But again, next month, Adepticon, Catalyst Game Labs will be there launching the BattleTech Mercenaries Kickstarter, which should be a blast. We're really looking forward to that. So anyone in the Chicago area, swing on by, come say hello.
Good stuff, John. Thank you. As always, good work today. Very good work as well, Jen, from Nisiana today. First of all, obviously, Nisiana's usual epic healing qualities. I actually thought that the party did quite well with combination healing today. The idea of Spanner running up, healing Alarian, and then at the same time, being able to assist Nisiana healing the rest. That was all useful. Unfortunately, the Warforged was beyond, saving at that point. And especially, as a healer, being able to see the implications of what that means. Nisiana would understand that this was a deliberate, this wasn't an efficient killing. It was I think Alarian said, sending I don't remember the way the term
message,
used, John.
sending a message.
Yeah, but sending a message, right? Like this is clearly intended as a warning to others.
Object lesson.
Yeah, the object lesson. Right.
Yes.
So making the Warforged sadly the object. So yes, this was a something that Nisiana could pick up on. And I love Nisiana's role in that discussion too, because Nisiana was basically like, no, we're not doing that. We're not going to split the party. No, you're not going to all kill yourselves. That's plan F. No, we're not doing that. I could imagine Nisiana basically just sort of in her head being like, I can't heal all these people. I can't, if you all split up, people are going to die and this is just bad and we can't do this. But then also not having an obvious plan that's better, I don't do this. And you're like, well, crap, that doesn't work either. Hence the swearing. Listen, if the King's Citadel had easy jobs, you wouldn't need the King's Citadel. This is what you're here for. All right. Your job is to go deal with problems other people can't deal with. So you're getting a chance to sort of see that directly. So I am curious to see how. I also noted that you did not do the thing of doing life transference with Merime in that situation for reasons we discussed.
That was a little in and out of character.
Yeah, I figured as much. Yeah, because it was partly a meta thing because you want Marie to be able to be.
Because honestly, I do want Marie there the first time I do it, whether she's conscious or not. I want Marie there.
Yes.
But
so yeah,
it wasn't logical at this point because there is a point where Nisiana has to think logically. Okay, how much can I sacrifice of myself versus how much healing do I have left?
Yeah.
Well, I have a lot of healing left, so it wouldn't hurt. It would hurt for me to go down too early. But if I'm on my last bit, I'm gonna give all.
Yeah.
So that's the in character. The out of character is I want Marie here because, while it is really amusing that she got a concussion dancing, I would rather her here.
Yeah, no, for sure. I totally understand that.
Because it's very Marie
to
do something like concuss herself when she's dancing.
Yeah. Yes.
Some of her stories are amazing.
No, it's true.
Expect that more from Terry Tunes, though.
I could also
Marie.
imagine.
Oh wait, you haven't met her in person. I have. Terry Tunes works.
Yeah, it's yes.
She's coming out to visit me in a couple of months.
I know.
For a convention, so that will be exciting.
I know. I am going to be interested to see to hear about those shenanigans. You have to keep dancing there in that situation, I guess.
Mosh pits,
Yeah.
all the concussions.
No, we won't be mosh pitting. So we may have a dance party in my bedroom or something.
With a bunch of foam blocks to protect everyone.
Helmet, bike helmet.
With a helmet.
She had a secondary concussion because she passed out in her kitchen after the concussion.
Yeah.
It was a bad thing.
It was not good. But anyway, it was good to see Nisiana handling those things, and we'll have a lot to think about. And then, of course, the reveal of this dun dun dun, that's what we're dealing with. So, How did you feel about today, Jen? Where will the fine folks see you next?
I am very interested actually in the stuff that y'all didn't see, which is a little tiny bit between me and Mia Tantan, because he now knows some stuff about me, and I have now noticed some stuff about him. That is going to have a follow-up conversation. Whether or not that conversation happens while we're traveling to this really dangerous place is probably not going to happen. But the moment when we have some downtime, Nisiana is going to poke with some sharp sticks just to see what she can figure out about Mia Tantan. She may not like what she finds.
Possible.
But she may also change his mind. We don't. Sometimes we do this. I've done it before, so today was kind of a little bit scary because those things were doing some serious damage.
Yep.
But I still didn't bring out my really big guns yet, my different auras, because Rowan actually stepped up and like really brought things in, and I was just like, okay, I can leave this for later because I'm probably going to need it for later, which was very nice to see on from Brandon, because I was just like, I'm not sure I don't really know too much about this guy. He seems a little, I don't know, sketchy, but I'm not going to say that because he's Mia Tanden's friend.
By the way, before I forget, so the actual relocation thing, the teleport thing is supposed to be on initiative rolls. It was not going to happen. I can't talk about why, but the cloud may be a clue. But when this does happen, when combat occurs, it's on initiative that this relocation happens, not necessarily on a spell. So, just so you know.
Okay. I had forgotten that bit.
Yeah.
But it's been a while. Hopefully we won't have that as much, that long of time.
Agreed.
Otherwise, I think the next time you'll see me on Twitch is here. And I'm active on Twitter and Instagram if you want to see more pictures of my cats. And if you like Shadowrun, I have several Shadowrun novels and novellas out. So.
Even if you don't like it, she does.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and BattleTech. And some of the BattleTech is narrated by Lisa Lee, and some of it, the Shadowrun will soon be narrated by a certain Trendane Sparks.
What?
Oh, who that guy? Listen, I don't know.
Soon,
That guy is a jerk.
and I
Oh
should
my
have a
God.
novellus out soon. I'm just waiting for certain edits from a certain editor.
Oh, it'll be edited soon. It's not going to be out for a while yet. Yeah, I think Trent's going to want a break from all the battle like he's been doing. And Shadowrun will be a nice kind of palate
Oh,
cleanser
my
for him.
Shadowrun is so much fun.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's all adventure.
Always a pleasure, though, Jen, to have you with us. Good stuff today with Nisiana.
Thank you.
As has been discussed, Brandon, Rowan came out. I think people now know exactly what we're dealing with, as we have a sorcerer in our midst, a wild magic sorcerer.
Always so much fun.
Yeah, always a ton of fun. And in this particular case too, I mean, I think it fits obviously perfectly with the character, but the dispel magic was really clutch. Identifying right off the bat that you were dealing with not elementals that would primarily, but spells, and also that dispel magic is not going to affect the potentially friendly air elemental, but will affect potentially those other ones was useful. Like, that's why you cast it at a high level slot, to sort of deal with those, because that was significant. Could the party have survived and beaten them? Yes, but I'm almost certainly you would have had unconscious people and probably more than that at the end. So there was a lot of that. And we're going to get to see more mechanical effects too of, like the pistol and, using that as a focus. And also you were able to shoot something too. So you definitely got a lot of that going on. And then during the discussion, you're being like, listen, here's how you con people out of stuff, which was, again, very much like the King Citadel's like, all right, well, who do we make invisible? How do we do this? No man left behind type of thing. Like, no, I don't want to do that because of this, this, and this. And you're like, we could also just con them and like do this other thing. And I have no idea what you'll all ultimately decide, but I just want to say that the image of Rowan coming up or like Han Solo walking up with the supposedly trapped Chewie and being like looking at Chewbacca and being like, I've brought you this powerful Wookiee, or, the Jabba the Hutt, whatever, Leia and the bounty hunter thing. I could see so many examples of this, and oh my God, that would be precious and also probably quite dangerous. But hey, that's why we play.
We walk up to the gate and they're like, where are you taking this thing?
Yeah, exactly. I am so excited for that. But you clearly got a chance. It's a good way to impress people right off, I think, Brandon, to have Rowan do that. And obviously Rowan's connection then, Rowan's ideas about what to do with this infiltration is going to be fascinating also. How did you feel about today's session, and where will the fine folks find you next?
I am glad that I actually got to do a thing.
Yep.
Multiple
things.
I shot an enemy and they just disappeared, and that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Because someone had asked in chat, I can't remember who it was now, like why I had essentially decided to play sorcerer, and I was like, I like playing roguish characters, but I didn't want to play a rogue or a bard because those things are very easy to like draw on some of their like more comical, less savory aspects. And there's already a charlatan background, which means you could put that on anything. And I was like, it would be fun to play a charlatan who is anything other than a rogue. And it just it's like everything just kind of came together once I had spoken to Tren about I want this metal arm. How do we get this metal arm? And then we spoke for ages about Tantin. And it just kind of clicked in my brain. What if I'm a wild magic sorcerer because my gun is doing things that I don't know? And the rest of me, like 95% of me is the charlatan, and my wild magic sorcerer is just my right arm. That's it. And I think that that's like really good characterization. I'm really glad that I got to show off how impressive sorcerers are in this circumstance. I'm very excited to see how wild magic and the gray will interact at some point in the
So
season,
am
because
I.
that's
So
gonna be a
am I.
mess.
Yep.
Especially since now that I know that you're rolling from the net Libram, which is broken
It's so
and
good.
terrible.
So good.
Like statistically, if you did normal wild magic, it means that at least 1 out of 5 times I'm getting something that's beneficial to neutral. Net Libram, things just go bad all the time. So that's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, like one of the options, right? Just number 370. Caster appears to be 5d10 years younger, but is not. Caster appears to be made of rock and mud while sleeping. Caster thinks his skin is vulnerable to rust.
Yeah, like what am I supposed to do with half of those things? So that's gonna be hilarious.
Yes. The next boat or ship seen by Caster sinks. I forgot about that one. That's what you should have gotten. Can you imagine if you got that and you see this just like,
Yeah.
like oh my god.
Did I do that? It'll be hilarious.
Oh,
So I'm
so
very
good.
much looking forward. I'm very much looking forward to playing with that more often. And now you all know what Rowan looks like, so I'm very excited to see that get into the actual trailer whenever Greg does the thing.
I'm on it.
So yeah, this was lots of fun. I can't wait to do more shenanigans. As for me, again, Brandon O'Brien, pronouns he, him, or they, them. I am a poet, writer, and game designer from Trinidad and Tobago. I am doing too many things. I'm supposed to be... I say supposed to be. I am writing the RPG for Grey Shade, and I'm very hopeful. I'm very excited for you all to see what that looks like. I am presently playing in so many games. On Monday is another session of Arcanites, a Power Rangers actual play series taking place over at the Initiative Order. That's episode 3. So you get to see my character, the Pink Ranger, Marcia Ambrose, deal with the fact that she's just moved from the Caribbean to Angel Grove and discovering that all these weird things are happening on a regular basis, and everybody thinks that it's perfectly normal. And then on Friday, if I'm not mistaken, we're supposed to be doing yet another thing. If my brain is not...
Maybe Court of Blades.
No.
I have to check what the schedule is. I think it might be the Friday after. I'm not sure.
Right, no, yeah, that's not for you actually. That's for Skiffy and Fanty.
Okay,
the
good.
Skiffy and Fanty show now has a Twitch account. So if you go to twitch.tv/Skiffy and Fanty, you will not only be able to watch what I presume there should be a VOD right now for the most recent live stream of Torture Cinema, because Torture Cinema is now a live show as well as a podcast, but we're going to have a brand new show that is also mostly live, which is called The Clacks. That's our new science fiction and fantasy news and discussion show. So that's going to be a lot of fun as well. So please come and pass through for that on Friday evening so you can hear us have lots of feelings about AI apparently, because that's dominating the SFF news as of recent. So I'm not very much looking forward to that conversation, but I'm looking forward to having it with lots of brilliant people over on the Skiffy and Fantasy show. So please check that out as well. And I think that's it for me. My website is brandonobrien.xyz, which is also my newsletter. I wrote a poetry collection, Can You Sign My Tentacle? Please buy it so I can eat and live.
Yes, you should buy it because it's good. Because it's awesome. Thank you, Brandon. And yes, very excited for all of those things. And I will be speaking to Brandon tomorrow about more gray shade things. But thanks, Brandon. Good stuff today from Rowan, really. So Marie, again, Merime, ably played by John today. You will see Marie Bilodeau back here next month for several things, because Marie will be very careful and will not fall and bother and hit her head again. So we're going to have continued healing. So please, positive thoughts. Marie's one of my favorite people, really awesome person. And so let's all send continuing good healing vibes Marie's way. And she will be back, I have no doubt, in fine fettle next month. Last but certainly not least, Tren, Tanton had some big stuff going on here today. First of all, as I say, the whole business with Spanner repairing Eberron was really that it was just interesting to see like the kind of healing synergies going on there. Plus, you were able to assist Nisiana. Secondly, I love the image of. I cannot wait to see, and I've been sort of leading up to this. We've been talking about this, how House Cannith is very much now you're part and parcel of this situation, having seen these things, as you mentioned. Like, so this is one of those deals where you're going to be like, oh, I know this thing, and the implications of that, that it's been modified or whatever. But the point is, there's a lot of different stuff there that's in the kind of House Cannith area that you, Tanton, were going to have things to say about and think about, which is going to be interesting. And then on top of it, of course, we've got what's going to happen, based on whatever the heck the insight stuff between you and Nisiana was. So we will see. But it was very obvious that you were all having a very good time figuring out those things insight wise. So it's going to be interesting to see how that stuff plays out. But yeah, I'm really interested to see how the kind of House Cannith revelation for this thing ends up affecting the war. I'm curious to see how Tanton reacts to it either way and what he's going to bring to bear on this. How did you feel about today's session? Where will the fine folks find you next?
The kind of I guess the paving stones for part of that has already been laid with like the last time we played.
Yep.
And Tanton talking about how you've got the different house lords or the house leaders, forgotten what they're called. Mm-hmm. How each one has a different specialist, and Cannith is the Warforged specialist. He's the big innovator. Merrick's was a huge innovator of Warforged and stuff, and that's who Tanton studied under, sort of. And so all of this is just he's worried that, oh God, what if my house is directly involved in this crap? And he's this is not helping, or it is in a bad way, whatever. I loved today. I thought today was awesome. The fact that just sitting back and shooting, because
several crossbow hits. You did, to be
like,
clear, you did.
Okay. And as Spanner keeps, his health keeps dropping, I'm like, I'm not really that worried. I can just cast Mending on him. It's not that big of a deal. It's not like, somebody else where he's going to have to start making death saves or something. He'll be fine. I don't have to worry about him, and just, and then the whole discussion about let's go and do this.
And you had your own thing. You're like, well, actually, I could tell them. Like, all of you are like, I'm the person. There's this original Star Trek episode called The Immunity Syndrome, where they find this enormous amoeba, basically, and they have to go into this amoeba and basically destroy this one thing. And so Spock and McCoy are arguing about who should go into the center and who's better qualified for it. And at one point, Kirk is like, well, I'm a better qualified starship pilot than you are. And it just reminded me of this discussion where you're all just like, well, I could tell them this and this and this. Well, but I'm a better con person. Yeah, but Ilarion's the strongest. Like, it was very funny to me about who deserves to do this very, very super dangerous thing of
nobody gets to sacrifice anybody.
I'm not talking about sacrificing it. They're gonna want a mechanic anyway. But it was just the point that as soon as the idea came out of my mouth, because I'd been thinking about, it's like, well, yeah, Ilarion could do that. He could probably get in. They'd want a Starforge because he's better than they are, and they could probably try to learn some stuff from him. And I was like, yeah, it'd be interesting if he was taking Tanton. And then as soon as I said it, and just the divide between the team. Nisiana going, no, no, and Ilarian's like, I was just like, I love this so much. Oh, it's so great. And then of course,
fingers of no.
oh, it was so good. It was so good. And then the thing about, can Spanner get Nisiana back to town as long as nothing happens on the way.
I'm glad that Nisiana was like in the gray. Like I just didn't see all right, that way, boy, and straight on till morning. Like,
right. Because if he gives him an order, he'll just keep doing it until I give him a different order. But he will defend himself if he gets attacked, and that will stop whatever he's doing, and he won't listen to Nisiana. If she's like, okay, let's keep going, he will just stand there until I come and get him. Mm-hmm. And he's just like, oh, that's not gonna work. Love it so much. And the insight thing, oh my god, part of me was hoping you would roll terribly, but you go on roll a 26. Oh, it's just delicious. I love it.
There will be some issues there.
Oh man, are there gonna be some issues? It's just yeah.
There may be a minor divide there,
because some past conversations are suddenly going to come into focus that are going to be like, wait a minute, hang on now. Oh, it's just going to be great. It's going to be great. Where will people see and hear me next? Probably here, because I don't think I've got another book coming out just yet.
Although soon we're going to get a lot of different.
Yeah, they're just going to keep hitting. Yeah, it's like Hour the Wolf's going to come out, and then Grey Shade's going to come out, and then at some point after that, Elfin Black will come out, and then Shadowrun Hong Kong will come out, and then probably Renegade will come out, and it's just going to keep just falling. But we're still waiting. Still waiting for the Drabblecast to release the Woods for the Trees.
I was going to say,
thing.
They've been talking about Drabblecast for a while.
Right. They released this compendium thing called Tentaculum, which every time I see the name, I immediately think of Brandon. And it's just like,
can you sign my
Tentaculum is exactly what I think of when I see it. But anyway, so yeah, at some point they'll release Tentaculum has a story that I narrated, but it's the print copy. It's not, you don't get to hear me narrate it, but one of the stories that I did narrate for them is in it. But Woods for the Trees will eventually someday come out. And aside from that, tomorrow I'm doing a Battletech podcast called the Valhalla Club. But I don't think it's live. I think we record it and then they will edit and post it on wherever you get your podcast stuff.
Very cool. Cool stuff. Really great.
Apparently thank you, Brandon. Apparently it is on the thing.
Oh, it did. It has come up.
When did that? It went up today.
Okay.
So
literally today.
That's why I couldn't.
Hey.
Yeah.
All right,
so
good.
That's where you'll hear me next. If you go and listen to that.
Okay. Very cool. Then you'll be able to.
If you don't like foul language, don't listen to it.
Good stuff, everybody. I really enjoyed this, and I look forward to us being at full strength next month. But great work from everybody this month, as always. Chat, can we get some love for the amazing Infinity and Beyond crew of Trent Sparks, of Marie Bilodeau in absentia, but she'll be back next month, of the amazing Brandon O'Brien, the incredible Jennifer Brozek, and the astonishing John Helfers. Can we get some love for them? Players, wonderful work today, and I will see you folks in various capacities with this group soon and individually with you sooner in some cases. But bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
All right. That is going to do it for today. Really enjoyable session. I always say that, but oh man, just some of the visuals in this are just so cool. Like I can't, it's going to be great. And then on top of it, we had such lovely things as Dragon Spear randomly gifting 10 subs to people just out of nowhere, which was super generous of him. And all the lovely chat interacting with people and getting into it. I always love seeing that. So it was great stuff. And I'm very excited to see more from this crew. I am indeed going to adjust the video to make sure that Brandon's character is in it. I feel bad I didn't do that yet. But we do have the character art now, so that's great. But we need to get more more than the character art. So I'm going to talk to Mike about getting that inserted post haste into the video so we can have that added on. But otherwise, this was awesome. I really enjoyed it, and I'll be uploading other stuff as well. We have a glitter sewer shortage. Not enough cowbell. Yes, we do need more cowbell. Maybe I can have like a sentient cowbell in the gray. Everything is weird in the gray, right? So I feel like that's fine. But that was lovely, and I really enjoyed it. So thank you, chat. It was a good day today, but a very, very busy day, like a very like get everything done day. And then obviously I felt bad about, my son, who will be fine, but just, not feeling well. So like the last leading into the session was not super great, because it was just like having to worry about all these things. So this was just really awesome. And just getting to sit back and just watch the crew. And you all know this, like when I just lean back and I'm just got this look, that always means I'm really enjoying what I'm hearing and that I can just let the players go. And so that was great. And I was really enjoying it. And you'll hear more about it soon. You'll also you have one more D&D thing coming up this month. We're not totally done with D&D. On Tuesday, I'm going to be playing the Patreon Field Chat Chosen Game of the Month, which is Detective Gallo, as chosen by chat. And then at 4:15 p.m. Eastern, I'll be over on GogCom's Twitch channel for Pen and Pixels and D&D with GOG Ghosts of Saltmarsh. And speaking of intrigue, that's another thing which you're going to get a lot of there, because they have to go back to the town now of Saltmarsh and convince the town of Saltmarsh to get involved with this allying with the lizard folk against the Sahuagin. Who knows if they're going to do that and like how they're going to do that and all this stuff. So many things to wait. It's me scheming. No, I mean, I already have my schemes, Waymond, right? It's me sort of seeing how they deal with the schemes. Seriously, I'm really interested to see how they're going to get into this freaking fortress manned by a bunch of Warforged. I can't wait to see how that's going to roll. And I have no doubt that it's going to be fun and interesting and unusual and all that stuff. So, the Court of Blades trailer needs updating. Because the addition of Rhiannon, Triffid? Yeah, that actually, that's true. I should mention that. I actually did talk to Mike about that yesterday. Right. I talked to Mike about that yesterday about the splash screen. So that's actually helpful. Talk to Mike. Also talk to Mike Underwood about adjusting opening video and splash screen to include Rhiannon. Yes, thank you. I did mention this to him yesterday, but not the video part. So I will mention that. Thank you. That's going to be super cool. Run for players still have changed my mind. So I will talk to them about that. So that's going to be very exciting. And I'm also, again, I'm going to be submitting some of these actual plays. I did not realize actually that the Webfest, so Speculate just got chosen, as you folks know, as a New Jersey Webfest, as a New Jersey Webfest official selection for 2023, which hopefully means there are nominations in the offing. Now, I'm very excited about that, but I did not realize, I forgot that the actual due date for selection for the actual plays is in mid-March. That the regular one, so not the early one, but the regular one, that's the regular deadline. So I am very seriously considering going through and seeing if I can submit a couple of the actual play sort of sequences. I would love to do one from this campaign. I'd love to do one from Expedition. I'd love to do one from Shire Adventures. I'd basically like to do one from all of those three. I probably can't do the one for D&D with GOG without getting Pyron Jade's assistance, and I might ask Pyron about that. So ask Pyron about Webfest. So I might have to do that. But anyway, I'm seriously thinking about doing that because, again, it's more notice for this show, and I would love to be able to give these players and these campaigns sort of more attention and notice as these things are kind of building. So the video needs more dragons. I will keep that in mind. Hey, listen, Dragonsphere, we had a whole campaign about dragons called The Tyranny of Dragons. So it's not like dragons have never gotten any love. So anyway, I'm going to check into that because I love, for these other players to get stuff. So you will see more D&D coming up, and then obviously a lot more coming up in March to come. So you'll definitely want to check out that as well. If you like what you saw and heard today, chat, please make sure to follow the channel. Please check out our YouTube with !ArvTube. Yeah, that's true. Not good dragon publicity. Thank you for all those who have subscribed to me over on YouTube. It's free to do that, but it really does help. And you can see all the past broadcasts of this and other streams. So please come join us and do that over on YouTube. That would be great. Same thing with, Oh yeah. Oh gosh, that's what I should do. Is that one? Exclamation point. Although that's a previous one which is already over. It needs to be a current system, the current campaign. So I need to do one for Shire Adventures. Exclamation point. Arvcord is my Discord channel where you can hang out with the Arvanauts in between streams, and of course exclamation point Arv tweets is my Twitter. Please do those as well. I didn't tip bits today. Well, for this one, we have not rolled this out to all the other campaigns yet, but soon, if this goes well, we will start rolling out the bits to the players as well for the other, some other campaigns. We started with Expedition. That's kind of been my guinea pig for this stuff, and then I'm going to start rolling it out to other campaigns as well. So we will see. But no, I think you did plenty in terms of generosity today, Dragon. I think that was just fine. Again, website arvanellarun.com. Financially, exclamation point Arv Shop. That merchandise area is under construction. We're going to have new ones there soon, hopefully including group shot, Arvanellarun logo, group shot of the team of the King's Citadel. Underneath it, says, Eberron, Oracle of War, the King's Citadel, and then like I say on the back, it's the best bad idea we've had. Like that shirt is just chef's kiss. Like that's just the best. I am very excited for the shop to get built up. Exclamation point Arvtreon is the Patreon. That's sitting right there. 20 patrons, $203 per month. Yeah, that's pretty awesome, Marino, right? It just sort of fits so many things. 20 patrons, $203 per month. We're trying to get that as far up as we can, basically as far north as we can, because that will give us some serious support to be able to do other things as well. So we would love to be able to do that with the patrons and the per month stuff. Talisman Tournament, another Arvanaut Idol contest, and some other things. So please consider jumping on board and supporting that. You can get some cool stuff, including inspirations to help the players. Same thing with subbing to the channel at a high enough level, at tier 2 and above. You'll be able to get a inspiration to help the players as well. So please consider doing that. And of course, you get those custom sub badges to use everywhere across Twitch also. On the publishing side, exclamation point Icarus for my graphic novel from Athos Arts, exclamation point Library for my Tales and Tomes from the Forbidden Library, my 5e adventure and sourcebook from Alligator Alley Entertainment, and exclamation point Greyshade, the novel that many people said kind things about today. Exclamation point Greyshade, my novel which came out last year about a religious assassin who kills in the name of his god, and what he finds when it turns out what he thought was his faith was not as much his faith as it should have been for reasons described in the book. That came out last year from Athos Arts. We're hopeful that that's going to get more and more critical attention. That command is still not working. I keep forgetting I need to fix that. Exclamation point Renegade will get you to the same place, though, at Rudenell. Thanks. That is the sequel to Greyshade, but it'll also allow you to pre-order Greyshade. Greyshade came out last year, Renegade later this year, Heretic, the conclusion to the Grey Assassin trilogy next year. The audiobook from Trent Sparks is going to be coming out later this year, not that long from now, actually. The tabletop role-playing game from Brandon O'Brien coming out later this year as well, and pre-orders are indeed love. It really does help people. Also, if you've read Greyshade and enjoyed it, please may I suggest that you not only tell a friend and perhaps suggest that they check it out as well, but also leave a review. Positive reviews on Goodreads and Amazon and all that stuff is really helpful. Spread the word if you enjoyed it. And that's the same thing for all the stuff we do here, including these campaigns. If you like what we're doing here, please spread the word because it definitely makes a difference. That would be lovely. Finally, as always, exclamation point BLM, Black Lives Matter. Very important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. Thank you, Women Wolf. I appreciate that. Exclamation point Help Now, the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Important to reach out to others when you need help and to reach out to others when they need help as well. And exclamation point Ukraine, UKRAINE, to help the fine people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war. We have passed the year mark, the year anniversary, but they are fighting back with bravery and courage, and this is our opportunity to send the message that we will do that not only for that situation, but also for other situations like it in the future. With that said, I think we are going to do a raid today because it's not super late. Let me just double check and see. Hang on just a second and see who we got. Let's see. Okay, yes. Let's see. I think. Yeah. Okay, I know who we're going to raid. So the way we do raids here are very simple. If you are not a sub, you're going to do this, which is the Arvanauts have landed, followed by Twitch raid. If you are a sub, you're going to do this, which is the Arvany hype, the Arvanauts have landed. Then you got Twitch raid, Arvany roar, and anything else you want to throw in there from our channel. Arvany witch, Arvany woe, Arvany smug, Arvany blown, Arvany love, Arvany hype, all the Arvanys that you want to throw out there when you were brought over automagically with the power of the raid command. I want to thank my wonderful viewers today. First of all, thank my mods, Arudinal Dragonspear, Drew, Emily, Prince Justin, the Rising Tides, and Triffity Mats. All the best mods in the business. And Emily, I hope you're able to get some rest tonight. I know it's been a lot over the last couple of days with the con and everything else, but hope you get some good solid rest today. And thank you as always for being here, to you and all the amazing mods. Thank you to my wonderful Patreon subscribers and Patreon supporters and subscribers, to Arudinel, to Dragonspear, to Drew, to Emily, to Prince Justin, the Rising Tides, Triffity Mats, Crit Twitch, Gone Eden, Trendane, and Wayman Wolf. And thank you to Dragonspear for gifting 10 subs today. The person who's just unbelievable. Thank you so much. The generosity. Thank you as well to my wonderful viewers, to Gigafrost. Thank you to Hellgraph Dragon. Thank you to Elizabeth. Thank you to Jagtris, Jordan Shively, Justica Majory. Thank you to Kadina. Thank you to Lonely Liza. Thank you to Paula Rigui. Thank you to Radio Johnny Panda. And thank you to Riot. Last but certainly not least, thank you to all of my wonderful players today. We'll see Marie back here next month, but thank you to the folks who were here tonight, to Trent Sparks, to Brendan O'Brien, to Jennifer Brozek, and to John Helfers for all of that good stuff. I will be back at you folks on Tuesday with the Detective Gallo, the Patreon Field Chat Jones game of the month, but that's going to be it for me. You had to shave before going to the con. You never answered. You do not need to shave before going to the con. You can come as you are, Dragon. But definitely, everybody, have a wonderful night and a wonderful couple of days. I will see you folks on Tuesday. Until then, everyone, please spread the word and be good to each other. And have a good night. Salvation, on the edge of the gray. Sharn, city of towers. And the link between them? The King's Citadel. The ones who do the job no one else can do. Elarian, the shield. A star-forged Aegis who's lived a long time, who's seen peace and war, and will do whatever it takes to keep the first from falling into the second. Merime, the sword, a Kalashtar bard whose dreams prophesy uncertain ends, but the wisdom of whose counsel and love for her sister are unquestionable. Tantin, the brain, a dragon-marked human artificer whose jovial demeanor conceals deep curiosity and razor-sharp intellect, sharp enough to cut down the Citadel's enemies. Nisiana, the heart, a dragon-marked halfling healer whose love for her sister is matched only by her desire to help and heal the members of the Citadel, no matter the cost. These 4 elite operatives came together to aid the salvage outpost of Salvation, where the Grey hovers nearby, a threat and a promise. There they found an artifact so powerful it could undo the fragile peace between nations, the Oracle of War, which gives anyone who owns it the knowledge they need to win any battle, and which, in speaking lines from the ancient draconic prophecy, could predict all of Eberron's future. They traveled to Sharn, city of towers, where experts like the Gynosphinx Flamewind began to unravel the Oracle's mysteries as the King's Citadel thwarted assassination attempts from the Emerald Claw, and the nation of Thrain tracked down the daring thief Sky Blue and defeated the salvage broker and claw operative Erulin Karnak. Apparently. But there can be no rest while the dogs of war howl, and despite the Citadel's best efforts, Thrain and Brayland have inched ever closer to all-out conflict, just as the Oracle predicted. Now the adventurers must return to Salvation to find the secrets of the Oracle of War before it's too late. But how have things changed since they left? And will those who've sworn to die before they give up their freedom, the servants of the enigmatic Lord of Blades, threatened Salvation's uneasy peace. They've survived the Grey, saved Salvation, and navigated the intrigue and deception of Sharn. But can they stop a war? Only if they remember that in the end, all they have is each other, and the King's Citadel. Long live the King. Welcome to Eberron. Welcome to Corvair. Welcome back to Salvation.